What's up, everybody? We are live. That worked well. I like you putting the saber in that. What's up, everybody? We got lightsabers and arm bars, episode 3 here. We got Reese's Pieces here. What's up, Reese's?
Hello, how's it going?
Reese's. And our first special guest too.
I'm pretty to Doofy. I'm still here from last night. Yeah, the fight's supposed to happen. Liquid Hot hasn't backed out yet, guys.
Yeah, he never left.
He slept here
Yeah.
the place.
You
So.
still how'd you like that spot behind the old couch here?
It was comfortable. It was more comfortable where I usually sleep.
Where is that?
Just outside of the polar bear exhibit.
You talked about this a lot last night. Talk to me about this infatuation you have with polar bears.
I don't have an infatuation with polar bears. Polar bears just need to be checked on all times. I mean, it's common sense.
So how do you check on the polar bears?
It's just look at them.
I asked him last night if polar bear was his favorite animal. He said no.
You got to make sure it's a certain temperature in their water and everything. You got to try to make it at least as close to their natural habitat as possible.
Now, a lot of people didn't see this, that right before we went live, Doofy over here got in a little confrontation with Reese here.
Yeah, he's still breathing.
Now,
I just got my breath back.
Now, Doofy, in his defense, he had just woke up. He had drank a little last night. He was
So did I.
No, you did not. and he thought that Reese was liquid hot, but luckily we got it all broken up.
I don't know how I look like that guy.
You're
Stupid facial hair.
You're a good looking guy.
You just have one of those faces, man.
You want
I'm
to punch in the
telling
face?
you.
You told me last night. We know.
All right, so last night we had. Oh, actually, this is your Reese's.
No.
Oh, we have them. Last night we had UFC 204. We had UFC 204 Fight Companion. We're going to definitely dive into our 204 reactions here in just a minute. Few things. If you haven't already hit the follow button, if you're on Twitch, please do. YouTube, subscribe, like, comment your favorite video. And then Twitter, Morgan_James13. Please follow that and check out some of our videos. UFC 204 last night we're going to go over. We're going to go over UFC 205, 206, the upcoming fight cards that happen. And then we're going to go to Reese's Pieces, give them a little bit what's going on comics today.
We're just gonna talk about all the trailers that have dropped recently. The New York Comic Con's going on, so there's a lot of new content out. And then we're gonna go over just some reactions, some little announcements for some DVDs coming out, and then we'll wrap up with what we're watching. W3s.
Your excitement is overwhelming.
Just trying to get the facts out.
If you
straight.
could comment, you need to be more even kill.
I just got choked out almost.
You're
so
right,
I'm
you're
sorry.
right, you're
Give
right.
Give me a break. I'm still recovering. I'm shaking a little.
And Doofy,
The
how,
oxygen's still going to his brain. He still has to get it back.
Doofy, how are you feeling being here first day?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm ready to go. Wait, we're not talking about the fights, are we? Okay. We're just talking about the podcast. I'm excited, I mean, it's a cool little thing to do. Happy to help you guys out. Get some views.
Yeah. All right, so UFC 204. Let's dive right into Scrap Chat. First thing, UFC 204. I want to start off. Doofy, what were your takeaways for 204?
I enjoyed it. I liked the fact that it went so fast, and then the last fight was really good. I like that it went to a decision. I do. I don't like seeing people get knocked out. Like, I know I choked him out almost,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna knock out Liquid Hot. But I mean, it's mean. It's mean to people.
Okay. Reese?
Okay. Obviously, the highlight of the night was Hendo Bisping. I am upset Hendo lost. I think I was talking about this last night on the stream.
Did you have Hendo winning? Like, do you
No,
think he won?
I wanted Hendo to win. I thought Bisping was going to win.
Quick
I do
side
think
note.
he won though.
Do you
But
remember when you lost $20?
yeah. Anyway.
Wait, did you pay him? I didn't see the money transaction, so we gotta get that going.
It's a week after.
You're gonna
thing.
choke him out again if he doesn't pay me.
It's a week after.
I'm not
thing.
gonna just choke him out. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Okay. Anyway, what I thought was Bisping landed more technical hits overall, but Hendo had the bigger moments. But I could see how Bisping technically won because of just, so many technical hits, whereas Hendo only had a few big moments, but that doesn't really measure out. So I get why they gave it to Bisping.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. I was watching a couple fight replays today and just, memes and everything about it. And it's so funny because Bisping looks, it's because the vent's open on that window.
Yeah.
Bisping, his face looks terrible. Terrible. Like, he's got two
I liked
jaw-
how Hendo at the end said, "I wish we could judge fights after how you look."
And that's kind of the interesting thing because it's UFC doesn't have a judging system yet that is effective to really call, like, what are they doing? Is it more technical striking? Is it more like big shots landing? What?
It's like a jury.
It's actually a really good point.
It is. I mean, it's just like a jury. It's opinion based.
Yeah, and the worst part is those people are state officials or whatever, they don't have any like training to watch fights. They just get that job. Like you apply for it, you do a background check.
That's all?
That's a sweet job. I should apply to that.
It would be a sweet job.
I'm a state employee. Does that work?
Like, kind of like a park ranger.
I mean, the park ranger's a state employee. Like they pay me through the state.
I tell you what, you wouldn't get to work with polar bears anymore though.
Well, of course I would.
Hobby.
Yeah, I just do it on the side, duh. The UFC thing would just be a side gig. I, of course, got to keep my eye on the polar bears.
He also sleeps there, so he'll see him anyway.
You're right. It's a good point.
Found that out earlier.
Duh.
I think my biggest takeaways from the card, the fight. What a way for Hendo to go out. If that's gonna be your final fight of your career, that's the way to go. Especially because he dropped Bisping
Absolutely.
twice. Still showed he had the power. Still showed, and in a lot of people's eyes, he won. So it's not like he lost his last fight.
Yeah,
because
there's controversy surrounding
so
the decision.
that was that with Jimmy Manoa, his knockout of OSP. Wow, that was brutal.
Oh yeah, it was a good one. I actually was kind of surprised by the card being as good as it was because it's such a small card compared to what 205 announced.
Yeah, I didn't think it was
But-
going to be like that.
Yeah.
Not
And
at all.
back to Doopy was saying, I was kind of happy with how quick it went. It was nice to have a change of pace for a card that went pretty quick. Not as many main.
What one was it that
fights,
went?
but-
Was it? It was probably. I think it was. It was 204. Every fight was super long except for the last fight.
Yeah. Like, there wasn't a moment in that fight card where I was like, I'm kind of fucking bored. Someone just knock each other out.
Exactly. Yeah, Jimmy Manoa, his knockout of OSP was super surprising, especially since I picked him to not win that fight. Stefan Struve picked him by submission. What up?
That's true.
Vitor Belfort, that should be the end of his career. I heard a lot of people say he was speculating to retire at the end. We didn't have the sound on, so I haven't seen if he retired or not. So
I
if
think he did.
I think he did too. I mean, I don't think he would not after that fight.
It's kind of like it's probably the time to go out.
Actually, he did retire because on that thing we watched earlier, he talked about it being his last fight, and it sucks that it's going to be an L. But I mean,
Sucks. It's gonna be an L.
he said he still said he felt like he won the fight at the end of it. I think he won the fight.
You mean Dan Henderson?
Yeah.
We're talking about Vitor Belfort.
Oh, I'm talking about Dan Henderson.
Crushed it.
You're wrong. Special
Yeah,
guest privileges.
You're right. So here's the last thing we'll talk about with 204. Bisping had his post-fight press conference, and like always, you don't want to like him, and then you listen to it and you do like him, so that's always interesting.
I hate that I like him.
But then he kind of called out all four fighters of the I don't know what you would call it, but it's going to be like a tournament-based type thing. You got Luke Rockhold versus Jacare coming
Reese
up.
likes tournaments.
And
I do
then,
like tournaments.
then Yoel versus Chris Weidman. So, and he called out all four of them in one just heaping thing. So now that you've watched Bisping fight Luke Rockhold and fight Dan Henderson, how do you feel him going as a championship run? Do you think it's going to last? Think he's going to get whooped? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's kind of hard to say with 205 being kind of the tournament within that pay-per-view. Like, who's going to win out of those? Because, I mean, technically...
Well, only Weidman and Romero are on that card.
Okay, yeah, but that still matters. What
Yeah,
I'm saying.
and then
So,
it's going
like,
to be Rockhold, Jacare, either before or after that.
I don't know. I feel like maybe... I think he's going to have a couple more title defenses in his favor. And then maybe... I could see Weidman pulling something, but I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
How long he'll have the belt? I mean, it's a surprise he had the belt in the first place on that 11-day notice picking it up. So it's hard to say with that how his future is going to be.
I just don't see him against Yoel, against Jacare, against Rockhold, even though he just beat him. But Rockhold just underestimated him. I mean, we can call it what it is. You know,
Right, yeah,
It was he got caught. He got cocky.
Same thing. If you're going to call it one way, you got to call it the other way. Rockhold didn't know he was
And-
fighting until 11 days notice, and then
and
had
if-
Bisping, so
if
he had
we
to
for-
switch it up completely. So it's kind of fair.
If we for a second don't act like Michael Bisping was concussed after last night, you know,
His face was terrible.
That's gonna
Cut in the
add
eye,
up.
Cut in the forehead. In the first 30 seconds, he had a cut in the forehead. I mean, dude,
Yeah, he
like
looked
that's
bad.
blood. There's blood already.
he looked bad.
And Morgan was like, "Is there?" I'm like, "Look at his forehead when he turns, and we got
Yeah,
an angle."
yeah.
And
All
Yeah,
that-
started swiping it out of his eyes.
Yes,
it
he
hurts
did.
when it gets in there.
All that scar tissue
Polar
really
bears
adds
fight
up.
me once, and it just it got in my eyes.
The
I still
polar
love
bear
him.
will get
a
you.
polar bear fight.
It was a baby. It was a baby
All
polar
right,
bear.
I have to
it
ask.
just fights me, man.
I'm a film fan, so I have to ask. Compared to like the Revenant and DiCaprio, his scene versus a bear, what was it like with you and a polar bear?
Oh, that
Same?
was fake, right? No. No. The bear would have killed Leo.
But it didn't
sure.
kill you.
No, that was straight CGI. It was a baby. He went against a mama bear. You don't fuck with the mama bears, Reese.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, well, a baby polar bear.
Especially a polar bear mama bear.
so much bear.
That's a mama polar bear.
With your fight experience, especially going against polar bears, how long do you see Bisping lasting?
I think it's like maybe 2 fights, maybe.
Dynamite
Not
drop
against
it.
polar bears, against fighters.
Well, yeah. Against a polar bear, he's done within the first like second. Let's be realistic about this.
Yeah, I would say I just don't. I think Bisping is on, like he's on borrowed time now. Whenever the next fight comes up, I don't see it going well for Bisping. Now that doesn't mean that he can't come out with a win. It's definitely possible. Lax, dude, what's up, buddy? Elite Killer, how you doing, man? All right, moving on in Scrap Chat. A couple announcements we've got over the last week. Cain Velasquez, Fabricio Verdum, the rematch. That's going on December 30th. What's your thoughts, Reese?
Velasquez.
You're gonna give Velasquez the win now?
Yep.
What do you think will be different from the first fight when Velasquez got guillotined?
Revenge. I'm on a real kick from Hendo losing. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have hate in my heart.
But hey, that's the.
No, I think Cain Velasquez is going to prepare better. That's kind of what I thought. I was looking at some highlights of that first fight, and I think he's going to bring it this time. I think he's going to, like, not... I should say this. Use his time better in the ring. Probably have better timing overall. Like, try to pace the fight more in his favor.
Yeah. What do you got?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was reading the chat.
That's fair.
All right, Doofy. Okay, so my thoughts on it would be that first time they fought, Fabricio completely outclassed him. But one big thing was Fabricio went to they fought in New Mexico, or it was Mexico. It was at Elevation, and Fabricio went out there a whole month or two before and got acclimated. Cain didn't go till a week before,
Yeah, this is dumb.
and he gets just he got what's the word I'm looking for? He got all tired and just gassed out. So that's not going to happen again because it's not at elevation. So that's going to be a big factor. Is Cain doesn't have to worry about his cardio is legendary. He just gassed out because of it being at elevation. He wasn't acclimated. So I would say I'm probably going to pick Cain because Fabricio got knocked the hell out by Stipe. Even though he looked good against Travis Brown, I still think that older fighters getting caught like that, it definitely can affect you in your next couple fights for sure. So if I have to pick right now, I'm going to pick Cain because he looked really good against Travis Brown. They both fought Travis Brown for the last fight. Cain finished him in the first. Fabricio, it went to decision.
Is it who dates Ronda?
Travis
Dates
Brown.
Travis Brown?
Yeah.
Are you guys done rambling because the chat's trying to talk to my cousin Kyle?
What'd they say?
Well, this elite killer guy, I said, Kyle, how you doing? I don't know who he is. He also whispered to me. I don't know. He just whispered
chat,
saying
this
Rip.
is
No,
our...
Elite wants to get married to Kyle.
Well, Kyle told me about it. Like, they're planning it.
Yeah, Chad, this is our special guest, Doofy.
Yeah, special
Very
guest.
cringe, Doofy.
Yeah, Kyle's cousin is here with us.
Polar bear specialist.
Hashtag Kyle, please. Okay, so the next announcement, other big fight that was announced, UFC 206, DC versus Rumble.
Oh, boy.
The rematch for that. I know you're excited. I know we'll get to your Doofy stuff, but Doofy was even excited for Rumble versus
Oh, of course I
DC.
am.
What's your picks? What's your thoughts on that?
Rumble for sure, man.
Okay, reason.
Like, I think DC's going to try taking him down, but I think Rumble's just going to pop him just once.
Now, DC
pop.
and Rumble have been on Twitter going back and forth. DC says, we're not wrestling this time. We're standing and banging.
That's just a mistake on his part. It's dumb.
I
Your
did
thoughts?
not know he said that. That's
No,
dumb.
they've gone back
That's-
and forth a lot.
DC should not stand against him. But
That's a lot of power and man
I don't know
meat
who to pick because
to
I
get
think
hit by.
I don't know who to pick because I think Rumble obviously has momentum coming in.
Absolutely.
More momentum
Good
than
point.
anyone. 13-second knockout, so that's good. But
Over Glover Teixeira, too. Just slept him cold.
and honestly, I think the thing that doesn't work for DC is he has no momentum. He just had his fight switch on him again. Not his fault, but he had to fight Silva.
Yeah, well,
So
he
then
won, but
he
yeah.
won, but it was a shitty
Herky-jerky.
fight. It was like one of the worst fights ever. But not their fault at all. It's actually just John Jones' fault. But either way, I think if he's gonna stand, he's gonna lose. I think he'll lose.
Yeah, he did talk about traveling the world before you guys got married. He
If
did
he-
say that, Elite.
So if you're watching this on YouTube and not on Twitch, Doofy read a comment from Elite Killer saying that him and Kyle are going to travel the world.
Yeah, sorry, YouTube.
Do you think it would be the best man at Kyle's wedding?
Well, duh.
I guess Kyle doesn't have a lot of friends, so that kind of makes sense.
Well, you
Besides
two are
us.
his friends. I mean, it says a lot more about you guys than him if you guys are his only friends.
I wouldn't tell Kyle, but we hate him.
That's not true.
just hate him.
That's not true. You got a picture of him in your wallet that you masturbate to. I saw you last night.
Well, there's a fine line between attracted to and hate. You gotta walk it.
I get it. You could want to hate fuck him. I get
In
it.
the chat, we have an interesting comment. Jeremy Fox says that Hendo Bisping was better than McGregor Diaz. I don't think so. McGregor had better. I don't think so. McGregor had 3 knockdowns.
My
Hendo
thoughts.
had 2.
You're right. You're right.
That fight was. You got to remember, Gregor and Diaz was a. They swung. They were going at it. Whereas
McGregor Diaz was bigger.
Bisping and Hendo got tired at points. They both, were out. I mean, Bisping was just as bloody as Diaz, but I still think McGregor Diaz was more important. So
I kind of gotta agree with Jeremy here because the fact that like during that whole fight, I was like, this is fucking intense. But during the McGregor Diaz fight, I was kind of like, someone just fucking knock each other out. Like, what's going on?
I would say, yeah. If I had to pick, McGregor Diaz was a bigger fight. I think that Bisping Hendo will be a more iconic fight because it's going to go down as his retirement fight. So it'll get brought up a lot more as history goes on.
Well, and McGregor Diaz 3 will outshadow 2 just because it'll be 3.
Yeah.
It's the trilogy.
Well, and when we get Eddie Alvarez, Conor, it's going to be big. Real quickly, going back to DC Rumble, my thoughts on that. DC, if he does wrestle Rumble, has a real huge chance. He proved it last time. He can grind him out. He can sap Rumble Johnson's thing out. But the big thing was Rumble hit DC, and he almost won. Rumble's shots aren't ones like Hendo proved his last night. You could only take so many shots, and it's like one can just end it. So you saw Bisping get real tentative. DC can't do that with Rumble. If Rumble clips you, you're lucky to be alive.
Like, H-Bomb's a great thing, but Rumble just hits harder all the time. So it's not even a,
it's like the difference between a bow and arrow and a gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're both deadly.
H-Bomb's good. It's deadly. It's cool. It works. But Rumble throws so many different things that can knock you out. It's kind of like
Rumble could smack you and he knock you out.
He's a big boy.
If he flicks you, you go to sleep. It's pretty intense. All right, what else? What
Got
other
some
fights?
chat. Hey, Elite Killer, I just want to say thank you for having me as your best man. That's really sweet of you. And I hope you get ordained so you can run that priest shit.
I've actually been asked by many people to be their priest, so it's kind of a thing. This is for you. I know you're going to be psyched on this one, Reese, and Doofy, you may like this a lot too. A couple of young guns are going to get it to fight. Sage Northcutt, Mickey Gailey. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Sage Northcutt is gonna fuck him up. He ain't fighting no CM Punk here. Sage is gonna fuck him up.
Sage didn't fight CM. Well, either way, I think
The other dude did.
Oh yeah, I know, but I made it
Duh.
sound like, okay, sorry.
Elite Killer said, "What's up, Goofy?"
I thought I was just waiting for Reach to get done with his fucking bullshit.
oh my god, what's the kid's name? The kid who fought CM Punk. What's his name?
Mickey Gailey.
Mickey Gailey. I actually think Mickey Gailey will beat Sage.
Think so?
Yeah. And I actually like Sage more, but I think Mickey Gailey will.
We're about
beat
to
him.
fight right here on the stream.
I don't know.
I like Sage Northcutt, and I think he's a good fighter. But Mickey Gailey in the fight with CM Punk, I know it was against CM Punk, so he might have just.
He's
looked
got good jiu-jitsu.
but he looked like pretty skilled. He's a good.
It's the striking I'm worried
fighter.
about for Mickey because Sage's striking is world class.
Yeah, he's good.
His ground game is not. Mickey's
You-
ground
you-
game's
you-
good.
you
It's the
say-
classic striker versus ground. It's
You
gonna be
just
awesome.
said a professional looked pretty skilled against an amateur. Like you realize the bullshit is spewing out of your mouth, right, Reese?
Well, my dad told me never vote against wrestlers, but I think wrestlers are, meh. They're more boring.
CM
but
Punk
there
is
are
an
iconic
amateur.
players.
The
He
guy
was.
did
But
well.
I'm saying even
not
though
taking
he was
anything
an
away from
amateur,
him.
he still stuck out so well against someone like CM Punk. Like
Yeah.
it looked so good. Now I don't know if that was just because CM
Well,
Punk
he
was that bad,
he had a
but
fight in the UFC prior, and it was against a kind of amateur fighter as well. But so for UFC fans, any fight you've seen with Mickey Gailey, he has looked good. Now the
Yeah.
level of competition has not been great, but for the same reason, when you're the number one team, you're supposed to blow out the last team in the league. You can't disqualify Mickey for winning in spectacular
Now
fashion.
doesn't Sage Northcutt have one loss?
Yes,
Okay, I was just making sure. I can remember.
he got choked out and he tapped pretty quick.
See, that's my thing. I'm just seeing a replay.
The
in my
only
head.
thing that they say now, this doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't. I mean, not that's not true. It doesn't mean that it affected it as much as it said. But he supposedly had a pretty good level of strep throat during that fight. So when he got choked, imagine your shit swollen. Now that doesn't. Now he was on antibiotics for sure. So
Not a
it's,
fun time.
it's one of those things. Like I'm not trying to say it as an excuse. No one really knows, but could have been a factor. Maybe.
There's a polar bear at the park that has strep throat right now. It's not anything to mess with.
Polar bear pretty sick.
Strep throat will hurt you. It's hurting this polar bear. It's sad.
Oh man, Jimmy, it's great to have you.
The last thing that we got for Scrap Chat, there was supposed to be a UFC fight night next week. It was going to be BJ Penn versus Ricardo Lamas. We can read whatever was in the chat here in just a second.
Just an interesting idea.
Oh, okay. And then it was BJ Penn versus Ricardo Lamas. BJ Penn was making his retirement comeback, he's at Greg Jackson's gym where John Jones, Holly Holm, all them train, and they had to just cancel the card. So now all the fighters that are on that card that were going to make any money, or even the lower ranked fighters that are going to do what's called like an 8,000 to show up, 8,000 if you win, all that money's gone. So that's only the third event the UFC's ever had to cancel. Doofy, as a fighter, what's your thoughts on canceled fights?
I think it's pretty messed up, man. Like, that's a fighter's livelihood,
Right?
right? Like, that's your livelihood. That's like them closing down the polar bear park at my park.
Well, I mean, how many times can a
If
fighter...
that exhibit closes, I'm fucked. Because I'm just a polar bear expert. I'm a specialist of polar bears. Like, you know this.
The thing is that if you can only fight so many times a year. You can only fight 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 times. I mean, Reese, how many times has Cerrone fought in a year, do you think? Oh, you're back over here.
Cerrone, I believe, isn't it 6?
Hold on, Jeremy just said the card's not canceled. It's just rescheduled.
Oh, they rescheduled the fight?
That's what Jeremy said.
Well, it was canceled, and then they may now have rescheduled it, but it was their only third one they had to just straight up call off. So, but I mean, either way.
You're wrong, Elite. No, Elite Killer says if you pull off the hat, it's
Yeah,
Kyle
Kyle's
underneath.
there.
That's not true.
So, and I also wonder though, because if you reschedule the fight, even sorry to interrupt you, Reese. If you're rescheduling the fight, let's say they do reschedule, it's still pretty hard. Like fighters can get injured, people can pull out. There's lots of things that are gonna happen.
You never pull out.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say something. It's one of those things like you are affecting their livelihood. You gotta hold your composure.
You just made me lose it.
Oh, if you get your laugh on the screen.
What'd you just ask me? Cerrone, how many fights he had in a year? Actually, I think the answer, he said 5.
5 or 6.
Last year, because he goes, I'd like to make it 6 by the end of this year. You know, a fight every 2 months is what he was saying.
So think
but I
about
think
it.
it's at 5 only.
He's
Elite Killer knows Kyle's body motion. That's just stalkerish.
He likes Elite Killer and Kyle. You know, they.
And you're goddamn right, C-Jack. I'm fucking rocking this goddamn tie.
Still pulling that tie off, dude.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
I look good.
What was the guy's name that passed away this week?
Oh, here.
I need a fact
I
checker.
don't even know polar bear names.
I'll check this. We have
But
sad news.
he was in a
UFC.
coma. He passed away. He had signed a fight contract. I'm pretty sure 9 days earlier. I knew him from the Ultimate Fighter, the Uriah Hall season.
Josh Salmon.
Yeah, Josh Salmon.
Middleweight Josh Salmon.
And he passed away. He was in a coma. It just was bam, bam, bam. It happened I don't want to say it happened out of nowhere, but like you were getting live updates as it was getting worse and worse.
It's a sad story. I heard his girlfriend died like a year ago.
Oh, Doofy coming with the heavy hits.
I'm just saying.
And what an H-bomb.
Just saying. Like, I heard, like, his girlfriend died a year ago, and he's
Oh.
been upset about it.
Man, that's
And then
rough.
he just goes into a coma and passes? It's terrible.
Well, here's the thing, though. Him and his roommate, Troy Kirkenberg, last Thursday were found unresponsive in a Florida apartment. He was in a coma from that, and then he passed away. But
Oh,
they
if
do
him
not-
and his roommate were both unresponsive, that's a drug.
Yeah, that's got to be.
I mean,
gross.
it doesn't sound good. It's still sad, though. It's still sad either way.
Yeah, you
or
don't
they
wanna
had
wish death
some
on
hella
anyone.
good gay sex, and they just killed him.
And one thing I want to point out, and I'm not saying this was it for him, but they talk about this with a lot of fighters and football players. It's the head trauma, and that makes you react differently to different things. So like they may be more susceptible to drugs because of head trauma. Just a thought, just a thing to say it out there. Doesn't mean it's true. All right,
That makes
so
sense.
that's pretty much all we got for Scrap Chat. We got a lot of big things coming up for Scrap Chat. UFC 205, UFC 206, UFC 207. Oh God, we forgot. Anderson Silva versus George St. Pierre,
Oh my
UFC
God, yeah.
Toronto.
not official yet, but we have 3
It's not
confirmed.
100%. So Anderson Silva's son says it's happening. It's been on 2 different news sources I've seen. I'm not sure if it's true, but here's the biggest part. George St. Pierre went under USADA testing.
Why would he do that? Unless he's fighting.
You know what I'm saying?
But I do. I think GSP's for sure fighting. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Silva, but you know,
Dude, it's gonna be Silva.
I
Silva's
mean,
posted.
regardless, I'm ready to watch GSP just lay on a dude for 5 rounds or 4 rounds or whatever fucking rounds they're gonna do.
Bro.
Dana White likes his money, so this fight was probably
Okay,
gonna happen.
first of all, it'll be the biggest card ever if it's in Toronto. When it was George St. Pierre,
I bet Drake's gonna be there.
I'm sure in the 6th.
I
his
fucking
woes.
hate him.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people are his fans.
Love him, girl.
Unreal.
All right, so here's the thing. In Toronto,
Douche.
we know GSP is like a national hero. They sold
Rightfully
out.
so.
They sold it out last time. They'll sell it out this time. It'll set records for pay-per-view buys. Quick breakdown before, and I don't want to spend too much time because it's not for real yet, and you know we'll do multiple breakdowns either way.
Yeah.
Who would you have winning?
Oh man. GSP.
Well, how? Decision, submission, finish.
I think decision.
GSP by decision. He's gonna lay on him the whole time. The judges.
Never guessing against Anderson Silva with a full training camp. I got him. TKO round 3. All right, moving on. We got Reese's Pieces, where Reese gives you a piece of everything comics, everything superhero, everything cool. Give it to him. Oh, and by the way, did you say plug?
No, yeah, I think I did.
Go to KRice2209 on Twitch, maybe changing to Doofy. Let me tell you, if you like gay porn, this is the spot. Okay? There is nothing but hashtags and links to the best of the best. No, all jokes aside, great first-person shooter. He's got a great stream. Plays a lot of Overwatch. Plays some UFC. What's some other games that you've seen Kyle play?
He's starting to stream the remastered version of Call of Duty.
Yep. And I heard he's pretty good at the game.
Yeah, he's really good at Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like
he's
those
super good.
first-person shooters, he's got down.
Yeah. Also, if you're speaking of shooting loads, Kyle's got the links for that as well.
Well,
Okay.
that too. That's just a fucking given.
Yeah. Hit the follow button if you haven't on Twitch. Morgan James on YouTube. Also Morgan_James13 on Twitter. Definitely hit the follow button.
You
Reese's
keep bringing
Pieces.
up the gay porn like it's something to be made fun of. Like it's just a good gay porn stream.
We actually have Elite Killer.
Doofy's a user.
Elite Killer in the chat. He says, "Can we please get a Doofy segment?"
I mean-
Maybe Doofy's a special guest, so hopefully we
Doofy's
get
going
him
to be
more.
appearing on the K Rise 2209 stream every
Regularly,
now and then.
right? And if you are already following this stream, we will be hosting that person's stream a lot, so you'll be definitely getting a lot of Doofy coming up. Honestly, we hate Kyle. I don't know if Kyle's ever coming back. Kyle sucks.
Yeah. We might just invite Doofy.
That's my cousin. I will fucking choke both you bitches out.
I know, but Kyle wouldn't.
Well, it's because he's just fucking a nice guy. Like, what are you talking about? He's a nice guy. Of course he's not going to
Doofy
choke
is a
you
trained
out.
fighter, Kyle's not, so Doofy,
All right.
you know.
He's a laid-back, quiet guy. Dude,
Oh, boy.
You're gonna make him explode one of these days.
I've made him explode.
Well,
Oh,
besides
boy.
that, of course you have.
Okay, so this is Doofy. This is our Reese's Pieces segment.
All right, guys, what's up? All right, so we're doing Reese's Pieces.
Like we started the show.
Dynamite coming.
It is, because you know what? This is like we do mostly fighting, and now we're switching over to comics. So here we go. A lot of news dropped this week because
Lot of
currently New York Comic Con is going on as of 2 days ago, and today's the wrapping up. Suicide Squad has announced there will be an extended cut for their DVD release coming out in December.
Why
An
is that
extra
important?
13 minutes of film. Why is that important? All right. A lot
Wait,
of
what
people-
movie are we talking about?
Suicide Squad.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was taking a
Jinx,
drink.
you owe me another screwdriver.
A lot of people.
Dude, no. Thanks, you owe me a blowjob. Get it.
Oh man.
I
Okay.
don't know what's so funny.
It was just good. It sounded good.
I'm just being serious. Get
like,
a
what's up?
blowjob out of it.
Maximize your profits.
It's all about rate of return.
All right. Anyway, so a lot of people had a problem with Suicide Squad. They said Joker wasn't in it enough, and
Or that he looked like he was on meth.
either one. But a lot of it was he wasn't in it enough, right?
Tomato.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, who played Joker, claims there's about 30 minutes that were cut out. This extended cut's supposed to have 13 minutes. A lot of people are hoping.
You gonna be okay?
Sorry.
Saw a polar bear do that. He had fleas. You got fleas?
Got it from my boy Jared.
I'm just interrupted over here. Don't mind me drinking my
Sorry.
water.
Fuck Jared.
Got that itch.
Anyway, so a lot of people want to know what that extra 13 minutes is going to be. Will it make the film more cohesive? Because some people had problems with it. I know you didn't like it. I know you did like it. Or your cousin Kyle, I should say. Like, Doofy, did you even see Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I had the same opinion as Kyle on this one. As far as like a
Same
movie,
opinion.
it's very entertaining. I will straight up choke you out. It's a very entertaining movie, anyways. But I still like there's cringeworthy moments. I literally sat there and I was like, fuck.
I mean, I think that's a good point,
The
though.
soundtrack was better than the movie.
Very good. Very, very true.
Soundtrack was really, really good.
It's not that the movie was bad. What it's about the movie is it just
It
doesn't.
made you cringe and go, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
My
just-
problem with it, man, it starts and there's like no pauses to collect your thoughts. It just starts. They got the team. They just go and they do one mission. That's it. Like, there's no that bar scene. They cut out so much that was in the trailers that you just breathe a little. Let it gain some moment. Let you care about the characters more.
I'll tell you
Cut
this
it.
though, the fire guy, I was not expecting him to be as
Diablo?
cool as a character. Diablo, yeah,
Diablo had a really
he
good
fucking
story.
crushed it, man. Yeah,
Diablo
that was a
did.
good character.
The way I look at it is, if think of it, let's just use a different analogy. Like
Is he
a
dead?
sport.
You guys think he's dead? They gotta bring him back.
He's a fire god. so
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Think about it like a sports team. Like, let's just take the old school Miami Heat, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, right? When they didn't gel well at first in the first season, and if they don't win a game and they look like crap for a game, does that mean they're a bad team? No, it's just it didn't work well. That's how I feel Suicide Squad was. Good cast, good score, good idea,
You're
right
right.
genre. It just didn't gel
So,
well.
so here's like if you had to actually take a movie and make a checklist, they had some of the best marketing outside of Deadpool I've ever seen.
Yeah, they had great. They hyped
Marketing.
that up. You know,
Dude, they hyped that movie up so much because they
The
knew it was going to be a
trailers,
failure.
the trailers. Anytime you're gonna take Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody,
were they even
and throw it
on
on there.
I
Okay,
call
hold
it,
on. It was not Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. It was Panic at the fucking Disco.
no. For the trailer they used Queen. For the movie they used Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, that was dumb.
yeah. They should.
I'm sorry.
They should have kept Queen.
Stay Queen.
Okay.
You can't outdo Queen.
But here, back to my point though.
Okay.
Checklist, marketing, got it. Cast, nailed it.
Yeah.
Character portrayal, nailed it. They even found a way to slip Harley Quinn's original costume in there. Nailed it.
Yeah.
You have huge talent, nailed it. You have a great director in David Ayer. He
Will
did.
Smith's in it,
he
man.
did Fury. I don't know if you guys saw the war movie Fury with Brad
Of
Pitt.
course,
Shia
I saw the
LaBeouf.
War movie Theory. If it has fucking Brad Pitt in it, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, anyway, really good. So you have all these things line up, and then just somehow the story was whatever, but the studio did interfere again, just like they did with Batman vs. Superman. A lot of people like the ultimate cut of Batman vs. Superman. Will we like the ultimate cut of Suicide Squad? We'll have to wait and see. There is an extra 13 minutes. Hopefully more Joker.
That is a
That's
really
what
good
we're looking
point.
for.
And I'm not necessarily speaking from personal experience here because I liked BVS the first time. I like it now, but I understand a lot of the complaints for it, and I see it as I rewatch it. But a lot of people, like critics, everyone says with that extended cut that BVS is way better. So I would look out for Suicide Squad to have a very similar effect.
And when we say, I should clarify,
Oh, for sure.
those who don't know, when we say an extra so
Look
much
at the
time,
elbow, man. Hell yeah.
there's 30
I looked
minutes.
at the hand.
There's 30 minutes of BVS, but it's not
be
just
liquid
30
hot
minutes at the end of the film.
Yeah.
It's all weaved in throughout the film. So this 13-minute Suicide Squad, it's not gonna be like an extra 13-minute long scene. It's just gonna be tied in. Things to make it more. Oh, that's why they did
Synergy.
that. Yeah. It's gonna be.
I'm glad he
more
said that because I
synergetic.
thought it was just a 13-minute fucking scene they deleted.
No. It's gonna
Yeah,
tie in.
yeah.
Probably a little more Joker lines, like that whole acid pit thing before he pushes Harley in. There's supposedly like another 2 minutes of talking between them before it happens.
Yeah, and you forget, like, if you were watching a YouTube video or anything, and this can sound rhetorical and dumb, but think about it. There's a big difference between a 2-minute movie and a 4-minute movie.
Oh,
A
absolutely.
lot of detail can be added, and especially when you had the budget Suicide Squad had and everything. So with character portrayal and kind of the nerd community as a whole, you don't have to win them over with huge drawn out scenes. It's the subtle things. It's the little things. And with 13 extra minutes, how many little things could you add?
Like a good example, just to bring it up.
Hold on, guys. Xbox George Lowe just asked, "What is this?" It's a podcast, like.
It's a live broadcast show. We usually play UFC. We also do all of this. We're doing a UFC 204 reaction video, and it's also our regular live stream show on Sundays called Lightsabers and Armbars. Hit the follow button, hang out with us.
We're also promoting my fight against Liquid Hot. Go to YouTube and check that video out.
UFC 316
Press
pre-press
conference,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your YouTube so they can find it?
Morgan James, LAB. Easiest way to find it. Keep
There
going.
you go.
Anyway, so Morgan's talking about the little detail that extra 2 minutes can change the whole movie, right? So like little things that, just will help pay off the character. A great example. Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight, which everyone knows.
Best portrayal.
Just doing this, just doing the licking the lips,
Yeah.
licking the wounds, doing that changed the whole character because you're like, okay, he's crazy. Like, he's fritzy,
I don't know.
blah,
I
blah,
like
blah.
Jack Nicholson's portrayal of him.
I did like Jack Nicholson's a lot. I did
I
too.
will say
It's
Heath
classical.
Ledger killed
You
it.
know what's really nice about the Joker? We've literally we've had Cesar Romero in the Batman series. He was the campy one. You have Jack Nicholson, who was the
Read what Elite
gangster.
Killer said. He said he'd like to see behind the scenes of Margaret Robbie trying to fit in them shorts, girl.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell
Elite Killer,
yeah.
you're the man with the links. Like, why have you not found that link? Like Kyle told me, like this dude's got all the links.
On deck.
Yes, on deck, on deck, on deck.
But
Where are they? Where's the links for the Margaret Robbie Elite?
hey, she has a movie coming out announced.
That's why.
as Harley Quinn.
That's why K Rice is the link for gay porn right
And,
there.
and
That's
Xbox,
called the
he's
plug.
not playing UFC right now, but Morgan James Usually, throughout the week, he's streaming UFC.
We already discussed that.
I know, but he still asked. I just now saw that. I'm sorry.
Anyway, back to my thing. Joker, though, we've had 4 different portrayals. Cesar Romero, he did the
Yeah.
campy.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was the gangster. Heath Ledger was the terrorist. Now we have Jared Leto.
The meth addict.
Jared Leto's playing kind of
He's a
addict.
meth cooker.
And sadly, if
He's a meth cooker who tries his own product.
I wouldn't be
Which-
mad at it if
as
he
a
just
meth
came out
cooker,
with
you
it.
he's
don't do
crime boss slash
If it-
I do drugs.
Why
Like,
didn't
you
they
know.
just do this? Why didn't they just show
He's
him?
a thug.
Why didn't they just show him at a scene like with Margaret Robbie and he just can
Sorry.
like they're at they're at that bar scene. Did you just do it again?
No, the dog. Anyway,
Why does he just take a quick bump or something? Let us know he's on drugs because at least then it's just out there. Now I don't have to go. Is this a meth?
Well, here's the thing with
version?
the
Because they
Joker,
made
he's-
it a
the Jo-
PG-13 movie.
the Joker's
Morgan.
You see Margaret Robbie Shorts?
Yeah, but it's PG-13. I understand. Yeah, it's basically softcore porn. I'm not mad at.
I didn't feel
of course.
PG-13 right then.
No, I felt triple X
Jo-
while I was watching because I was
Joker-
masturbating in a fucking movie theater full of people. You think I cared? No.
didn't Pee Wee Herman do that?
I just took my coat off and threw it
Pee-wee
over
got
me.
caught for that. He was
Yeah,
at
Pee
one-
Wee got caught.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman got caught, but he was in
No,
an
it's-
actual porn theater.
That's
That's
worse.
how you know they're going to be doing
How
it.
much worse is that? You went to where you're at a porn theater and then, but you know what though? If you're the security guard,
What do
of
they
that-
expect? That's what I want to know.
No, yeah,
You're watching a porno. What do they expect you to do?
Like if you're the security guard, imagine this. It's like you're gonna go.
That's a real nice fucking backdrop they have behind that ball flapping vagina.
Well, like no, think about it. Think about it. You shine the light on that, and you're like, "Come on, man, this is a family play." You can't like,
Yeah, there's no good way to get
like,
caught.
oh, I'm sorry, we're watching porn. What did you expect?
That's oh man. Dude, I'm glad you didn't get caught. That would have been bad. Jail time would not be good.
Well,
to
of course
you.
I ain't caught. I'm not an idiot. I know how to do this.
I can't see you in jail. There'd be so many murders. You would choke out everyone. It
Oh,
wouldn't
dude, they'd be
very-
fucked.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
would
safe
be
to the
fucked.
inmates. That's kind of scary. Next,
The polar bears
I was
would
gonna
break
move
me out,
on.
though.
Next.
Where were you at though? Just so we can circle back real quick.
Oh, I was just saying.
It is a live
could
show. We
you-
will get
yeah,
off subject.
Could you have Jared Leto's Joker do the drugs thing? But the whole thing of the Joker is he's just crazy. Nothing can balance him out.
but I
he's
just
so
wanna-
crazy. He's intelligent. We talked about this many times.
I want to see for this version. You saw. So can I?
He
I'll
does
explain
crime
this.
boss. He probably just snorts a line of coke. Probably
Well,
makes him
Think about this.
normal.
Heath Ledger. They explain it. They explain this in the movie. He goes, "Do you know how I got these scars?" And what he's doing is
Two
he's
different
giving
stories. He's
He's
trying to
giving
mess with you.
He's giving you the backstory of why he's crazy. You know what I mean? Why is he this version of Joker? Why does he not?
The genius
care?
of it is though. He
Yeah,
gives,
but he changes the story every time. That's what
the
makes
genius.
him
That's
so
the,
scary.
That's the genius because he's literally trying to intimidate that person by giving
So-
a story specific to
so
them.
I'm saying for
my
Jared-
wife was beautiful like you.
Well, he's got. He
Thank
shows,
you. I got it.
And he shows he's got a very rough, weird past. You don't get that from Jared Leto in this one. All I want is some character building of why is he this version?
Can
why
I
does he
say
look all
something?
cracked out? You know,
Jared
Do a
Leto
little blow.
looks
I
like
think they
that
did that-
frat boy that like got just too into drugs and is like, I'm just gonna go with it.
But I think the acid
My
pit, they were
mommy and
trying
daddy
to,
never spanked
I think
me.
that back
We're
to
hitting
coming
your
full
movie
circle, coming
creditor.
full circle to that acid pit scene where they took out two
Yeah,
men.
yeah.
That's probably where that all the pale skin, the green hair, that all comes in. That's why he looks cracked out. They cut that out. We'll see in the 13 minutes. We'll move on. We
Here's
don't know
my
what they cut
question.
out.
Why didn't Margaret
Full
Robbie look
circle
all
back to it.
cracked
Maybe
out?
that's why.
Why did Margaret Robbie look all
She did. She got
cracked
pale and she was
out?
tan
She got
blonde.
pale, but that was
Dude,
it.
can we quick side note it? When they're about to go into that pit, the pool, and she's in those glasses, blonde hair, tan, black blouse, or it's a dark blue blouse, I'm like, huh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, girl.
From that, let's just finish up. We talk about Suicide Squad all day. Look for that movie coming out December, extended cut on DVD, Blu-ray. It'll probably be out digitally.
We'll probably do a reaction to it.
It'll probably be out digitally.
What
You know.
we got next?
Actually, real quick though, you know what we
did
should.
that?
You know what we should do?
Who was that?
Hulk Hogan, duh.
Yeah.
How do you not know that?
We should do this. We should buy the film and maybe try to do a reaction video to the film, like a companion with the film. Try to do that. That might be fun.
We couldn't play it. I mean, we couldn't have the audio. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we could just
Are you
just
talking
talk about the
Are
film.
you
we're
talking like
watching.
a live reaction?
Yeah.
Or are you-
Yeah, we'll play this extended cut. We could just say what's going on and talk about it.
So what we got to do is we got to watch the extended cut with the extra shit without the volume.
We'll figure out how to
Well, we
do
would see the scenes, so we kind of know. You already saw the original.
But we don't know what they're saying.
it. Use your imagination.
Dude, you know where this mind goes?
Oh, God. It might
No,
be
no
darker
one
than
wants
the
to
Joker.
I'm going to think they're talking about fucking polar bears the whole time.
All right, moving on. Next,
Okay.
we have some announcement. There's been
I don't want no Photoshop stuff. I want the real Margot boobs.
All right, Reese. Next thing, I'm gonna make another screwdriver.
We have some announcements. The Star Wars cast is apparently heading over to the Black Panther movie, with the big highlight being Forrest Whitaker. You guys might
Star
know
Wars
him
cast
from
of
Rogue One.
Rogue One, the newest one.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
keep
a couple
talking.
actors that were all cast in Black Panther, the upcoming movie, with Forrest Whitaker headlining. Forrest Whitaker is...
He's the dude with the crazy eye, right?
Yes, he is. That's how people know him. He's in Taken 3.
Yeah, it's like,
He's
hey,
in-
part of me smoked sativa, the other part of me smoked indica. So my eyes are just confused.
Yeah, he looks like he fell asleep one side, woke up on the other.
No, that's dumb. That's what I said. Half of them smoked sativa, the other half indica. I
Anyway.
almost made Reese spit, because we all know Reese is a swallower. Reese swallows.
Gail Wallace. Oh, Doofy, I love your movie, Scary Movie. That's
Hey,
a great
Morgan,
movie.
can I get one of those?
Wait till now.
You're over there, I'm sorry.
Getting up, did it make sense?
Forrest Whitaker being cast.
I had enough, but it's like, I'm just going to finish it. I'm going to bring it to you.
Hey, by the way, guys, I just want to preface this if you're watching this on YouTube. This is a live show, so we'll have a little bit more of a free feel to it. It's live, unedited, uncut.
Correct. Forrest Whitaker being added, it's good to always add talent to movies with acting, because that can save a movie. Because you imagine Suicide Squad, if they didn't have the actors, if there was no Will Smith in Suicide Squad or Margot
It would
Robbie,
be better.
It'd be terrible.
No, if they took out Will Smith of fucking Suicide Squad, it would be better.
Okay, fine.
No, they tried
Hear me out.
focusing that movie on him too much.
Hear
It's
me
like,
out.
oh,
All
this
right,
is
I
Will
wasn't
Smith.
not Will Smith. If they take out the talent, so take out Margot Robbie, Viola
No, you
Davis.
keep her.
I'm just saying, if you take talent out of a movie, it won't work. If you put talent in, it's good. Forrest Whitaker's a great actor. He does good in every role. Taken 3. You saw Taken 3 with Liam.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Really? You should watch Taken 3, Doofy. It's a good one.
It just seems like every other fucking movie. It's Liam Neeson running.
Forrest Whitaker, he's a really good actor. It's really nice to see him in Black Panther. This Black Panther cast...
Thanks, man.
Taken 3 is way better than Taken 2.
Is it?
It is. It is.
Way
Taken 2 is just a rehash of 1.
Well, yeah.
Taken 3 is completely different.
But Taken 3 seems like it's just the same thing.
Nope.
as
Nope,
like
it's
that
different. Taken
running
3 is
or
way
whatever
different.
The
it
best
is.
one, probably.
It is. It's literally...
Movie-wise.
Well, fuck,
Idea,
guys.
Taken 1 was the best idea.
Yeah. You should watch Taken 3. It's
Which
better than
brings
2.
me up, quick segue. Sleepless, Jamie motherfucker Fox. Hell yeah. Keep going.
Anyway,
That's a movie coming out.
Black Panther's really adding up a lot of actors. We have... you have Chad Boswick as Black Panther. He was in Civil War. We all loved Black Panther in Civil War.
Love Black Panther. What other movies has that guy been in? I've seen him in other stuff
12 Years
recently.
a Slave was a big...
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
but that wasn't the one I'm thinking of. Was that that's not the main character for 12 Years a Slave?
No, he's one of the slaves.
Okay. Who?
Hold on. I got to... Real quick, Elite.
Chiwetel Ejiofor was the main.
Your phone right there.
But
Just for YouTube people, our Twitch people are talking to us. Real quick, Elite. Why are you trying to find Photoshop stuff of Margaret Robbie? Just go to Wolf of Wall Street.
He goes, done and done.
that's funny.
Like, she's actually her. That's
Can
her
we
naked.
get a little Kobe action in
Do you guys want to see my dog real quick?
Yeah, let's
He's
get the
super
puppy
cute.
on
Don't,
here
don't
that
mess with the camera too much.
barks and
'cause
growls
you
at
don't
me.
want to bring it back.
I'm just going to show you my cute little...
We want to give a little shout out to our dog Kobe here, Reese's dog,
debut.
and a shout out to Nicole for letting us do it here. Look at Copester.
He's cute, but he growls at me. I don't know why.
Make sure it doesn't fall off that.
Polar bears
stand.
love me, but this dog just doesn't.
All right, we're good to go. Come back on down.
Anyway, that's Kobe. But anyway, back to Black Panther. We are really adding up town here. In casting Michael B. Jordan, Creed himself, as the villain, perfect.
And you know what I love about Michael B. Jordan is like,
he's one letter away from being Michael. I'm just kidding.
and I think when I put it this way, it all makes sense to you. What I'm about to say is that we, as our generation, got to see him become big. So he started out with, what was that movie? Did They Get Powers?
Before that, he was in Friday Night Lights.
You're right. He was.
We saw him in Friday Night Lights, and that's his first
so
thing.
you see him, and you're like, oh.
Then you see him in Chronicle, and then you
Chronicle.
see him in Fruitile Station.
That's
Have
the
anyone
one,
seen-
that's the one.
That's and actually the cool
I
thing-
totally just didn't think that was Michael B. Jordan Chronicle. I never put those two together.
yeah.
Holy shit. Just boom.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. The cool thing about that, Fruitile Station, it's probably his best performance. Based on a true story. You guys should check it out. It's on Netflix.
Oh, dude, I've seen that. It's
It's
where the
so
black dude gets
good.
shot for no fucking reason.
It's so
Dude,
good.
he's
But
been
that
nominated for shit for
director,
that.
I can't remember his name. He's the one directing Black Panther. And he directed Creed. So Fruital Station director.
I haven't watched Creed still.
You need
Creed
to
is
watch
so
Creed.
good, and you have, and your cousin has access to it. Just
I don't know.
watch it.
I don't know why.
Anyway, you
And
have
his
Creed,
cousin's caught
you
up
have-
on everything.
You have Creed, Fruital Station, and Black Panther, all directed by the same guy, with Michael B. Jordan in all 3 films. They are a duo. They like to team up. It's a lot like Scorsese
Well,
and
you know, I'm gonna take
DiCaprio, so.
I'm gonna take some heat for this, not from you, but from some other people. We found that in film or really any sport or anything, chemistry can only help. The example I'm gonna give is Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Oh God, yeah, Good Will Hunting.
When they work together, and I don't care if you don't like their films or anything. What I'm saying is, you can tell with them, they had a singular vision. They liked it. They were having a good time, and that translates.
They have won best.
Let's just say hashtag friendship goals.
True.
That's true. They have won best.
Or
they've
South
won,
Park
they've,
dudes.
they've won multiple,
South Park dudes.
South Park,
Oh yeah,
there
they
you
made
go.
basketball.
What's their name? And they've made
Trey Parker
the
and
Book
Matt
of Mormon,
Stone.
which is a play. They've hit. If you think about it, TV, basketball, TV, and then
Musical.
Broadway. They've hit
Good
every
Broadway's
major.
plays.
They've hit every major way they could. They could even. I guess they could do a song.
Those
They're
guys
very
are some,
artistic.
Those guys are some funny dudes. But anyway, I'm excited.
They
for
might be
Black-
the funniest.
Cartman's
dudes.
my man.
I'm excited for Black Panther because you know what? That's the first time we're gonna have a fully led African American
Yeah.
solo cast. It's gonna be really cool. And Black Panther's a great character. Rich history. It'll be nice to see him. He was awesome in Civil War. If you haven't seen Civil War, check it out. You can get your first taste of Black Panther. Moving on.
I love Black Panther, man.
Oh yeah, okay. Dude, you
I
want
need
to final thoughts?
13 seconds on Black Panther. It's just
Go ahead.
his character in Civil War was what Civil War needed. The reason I think that is, so if you look at DC, if you look at Marvel, the big difference is like DC goes real dark, Marvel's more like PG.
Like Marvel is like, we're gonna kill a lot of people, but we're still a lot of kid friendly.
Yeah, like it's like how Transformers was. There's jokes and stuff, which I like a little more, but they didn't have a lot of cryptic characters. People who were like, you know, majestic and like,
The good thing about Black
this.
Panther was it showed the real side. Like, hey, someone killed my dad. I'm gonna fucking kill them.
Well, and if you guys watch Honest
True.
Trailers, they do a really good Civil War one as pointing
Honest
out
Trailers is
similarities.
on the Screen Junkie channel on YouTube.
The thing though
Don't
is,
give them a shout out.
is
Give
it-
Morgan James a shout out. LAB is the best way to find it.
heck yeah, good plug.
Good plug.
The thing though is they make fun of him for doing these like long monologue sentences.
They say he starts his sentences halfway through the sentence.
But that's like,
My father would not want this.
to me
Instead of
though,
saying-
not only that's showing a different culture, whether it's
That's just
correct
how
or
the culture
incorrect.
talks.
Well, that's we don't know that, but I'm saying I
It's a
understand.
made-up
That's how he talks. In
I
the
understand,
culture.
how they're trying it, but I think that they needed that because between, you know, you had Captain America who's so literal and like, you know, got his good boy shorts on. Tony Stark's such a dick,
Bad boy, yeah.
you know, and then it just gets weirder and weirder. It's good to have a character who is like wise.
Another plug in. I just got to do real quick. And to your topic, real quick.
Elite Killer sent me. He just whispered to me, but he whispered me something good. It's
Here we
Margot
go.
Robbie boobs.
So you basically have. I watch a
You're
show.
5.
I watch a show.
What's
on
wrong with a good pair of boobs?
Collider.
Who is this guy, chat?
There's a
I'm sorry,
channel,
Reese.
Collider Videos.
You interrupted
They
him.
do a show called Collider Movie Talk, and then
Yeah.
they do a Collider Heroes thing. And one of the guys, John Schnepp, he describes Civil War perfectly, and it's what made the movie great. You literally have two parallels going, but opposite sides. You have Cap, Iron Man, throughout that whole film. But then, just cut right through the middle diagonally, there's the whole Black Panther storyline. Because he's on his own mission to get
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so cool, because he's doing his own thing, but he's a part of the team, but he has one goal in
And
mind.
then it
Didn't
becomes
care.
the enemy of my enemy is now my
My
friend.
and he
even though
does
then they
that,
become friends.
and he has a realization at the end. He's gonna have a great solo movie. I'm really excited for more people to be aware of who that character
I like that
is.
actor a lot too.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman is amazing.
What's his name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick. Okay, I thought you said.
He is a great actor.
Kind of sounds like John Wick.
Are we still talking about the Black Panther guy?
Yeah, but we're moving on
You know
right
what
now.
I like the Black Panther
And
cartoons.
not.
I like that he purrs and acts like a cat. He purrs.
You
and
are a
does-
big. Well, your cousin's a big cat fan.
Well, what's wrong with cats, man?
They're not polar bears.
Who
you know?
doesn't like pussy, yo?
But yeah, it's like a tiger. A tiger's a cat.
you were so.
Oh,
that's your
man.
humor all day. All right, move on, Reese.
All right, we're gonna move into a little segment of just trailers dropping because there's
Oh
so
God, we've
many.
had so many.
First up, I had 6.
Are you making a move on me?
Yep.
Oh, I like it.
Our first episode of LAB, we went over our favorite 90s kid shows, and I made a false prophet saying the trailer for Power Rangers should drop, but it now has since then dropped at New York Comic Con. Guys, you watch Power Ranger trailer? What'd you think? Thoughts, reactions?
Well, let's just say Power Rangers was second behind Ninja Turtles as far as my favorite TV show growing up, but I fucking love Power Rangers all the same. Like, honestly, they're tied for number
Mighty
one.
Morphin, the original.
Yeah, the Mighty
OG.
Morphin. Let's not get into this whole fucking bullshit thing. Like, my little brother watched that. It's dumb. Okay?
Like the Dino. I mean, you know what though?
Yes,
What
yes,
they-
the Dino
what they-
Rangers.
Ninja, Samurai,
Hey, hey, hey,
Rangers.
One
and-
thing though, let's not be those old men that trash a new generation. Same thing.
No,
it's
no, we
shit
have
quality.
to.
It was shit quality before. It's shit quality now. But guess what? It's fucking awesome all the same, and that's okay. It's our guilty pleasure as children.
It's true. The trailer, though, what'd you think?
Well, for me, I loved it, and the reasons why I loved it. I only have one nitpick thing, I'm you guys know this. I'm a little critical of things, but the only thing I didn't like how they just had powers.
Little? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like that they can just jump across the fucking...
Yeah, which it's like
Ravine,
in the old
whatever it
school they
was.
got powers from the suit, but like if they don't have the suit on, but that's a minor detail that we have not seen from the movie
They're just
yet, so I don't
basic
want to
ninjas
dwell.
We don't know
on
what
it.
can
without the
happen.
I don't want
Yeah.
to dwell on it. Here's what I thought. I think they did a fantastic job of what Dark Knight did a fantastic job of is when you can take a comic book feel
Make it dark.
and make it dark. And the moment they did that was when they had the villain face to face with the chick, and she goes, "I've killed Rangers before." And it goes to far as to say not to say Power Rangers.
Rita Repulsa is being played by Elizabeth Banks, who I don't know if you guys... Elizabeth Banks is in Pitch Perfect, director of the second one. She's... Zack and Miri Make a Porno. She plays Mary.
she's in the Hunger Games, too.
And
Give
she's
her a
in the
shout
Hunger
out for
Games.
that.
That's the most
'Cause that's a
popular.
role.
I was ending with that one, but anyway,
No,
she is.
that's not a high five. That is a 40-year-old
Oh.
virgin, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you got
yeah.
a big trunk because I'm putting my bike in it.
Yeah, that's fine. So anyway, she's playing the villain, and honestly, I'm kind of upset with the trailer. One thing I had a problem with.
you do.
They didn't show Zordon, and the only reason I'm wanting to see Zordon...
It's trailer 1. You don't show
Zordon-
Vader in trailer 1 or Rogue One.
Zordon is being played by Bryan Cranston, Walter White, Heisenberg
If
himself.
Yoda wasn't here, well, if you watch the press conference, Liquid Hot's junk looks a lot like Reese's, and you can find that on the UFC 316 press conference if you want to see the mammal toe of Reese. That being said,
Can't see.
your hard on for the Breaking Bad dude is beyond, and I'm coolly Zordon. I'm pumped for it.
He's
I'm
a good
jacked for
actor,
it.
man. What's wrong with you? I'm going to attack you.
Doofy,
with him.
mad.
have you seen Breaking Bad?
Of course I've seen Breaking Bad.
It's the best show of all time, technically. It has the
Technically,
most
no.
viewers, it has the most reviews, and it has
I
the
don't
highest
give a
rating.
shit.
Well, you don't think it's better than... I mean, what do you think's better?
Yeah, what's better?
South Park.
Okay.
Simpsons.
Cartoons don't count.
Simpsons is the longest running fucking TV show.
Live action, and we're not talking cartoon anime.
Okay, if you're going live action,
There's nothing
Um,
better. Well,
the
Breaking
first
Bad
two
killed
seasons
it.
of Lost were better.
First two versus a whole show. Then they lost in 3 and 4. That's the whole point. Anyway, moving on.
Smallville season 5 and after.
Power Rangers, we're excited for it. Comes out.
Yeah, he brings up that all the time, but I can't say season 1 and 2 of something. If you skip the first 4 seasons of Smallville, it's good.
The quick thing I'll say about the trailer that I liked, it gave me I love the Transformers movies. I love the side angles, the big, everything they make fun of Michael Bay. I
swords.
like.
I like the way the suit's gone on to him.
So I like
That
how
was cool.
I like how that technical feel. I hope they give those sound effects too in a way that works with Power Rangers. But I like the way they looked. I love the darkness of it. I think that they made the characters have some weird haircuts if you go back and look at it. But
Yeah, they're in I don't like how they're in a school for juvenile whatever.
it was
That's
like they
not-
took the
whole
Breakfast
thing is
Club, Twilight, Transformers,
Chronicle.
and Chronicle, and just they all banged out, and these are the children of it.
Doofy, go ahead. What do you got on this?
I forgot. I have my hand raised too long. You didn't look at me.
That'll happen.
I have one quick question before we move on. Do we see Green Ranger?
Oh, I know.
Not in episode 1.
I
Not in the
hope.
first movie, right?
Because
That could be a whole storyline.
You guys are gonna
itself.
make me forget
Because
it.
it's gonna be. Just think about it. Kimberly and Red Ranger are gonna be in it. You already know that because they're making out and shit in the first one. So I think that's gonna be the power dude because he's like the main character. If there is a Green Ranger, I bet we meet him, like the person. I bet Tommy comes out. I bet there's a Tommy and there's like just some dude running. And if we do meet him, it's gonna be like very second. Off first trailer, there's no way to know if there's a Green Ranger. Second trailer will have it. Zordon will be in the second trailer, and if there's any cameo to a green or a white, second trailer.
Dude, if
I
there's
think-
a White Ranger, I hope his sword comes flying in. That's what I was wanting to say.
I think
Can you imagine how good they could do that now? Because think of Superman when it goes.
the sword flying.
Yeah, because it
Oh,
could.
dude, that would be fucking baller.
Better yet, think of
Holy
think of,
shit.
Think
about-
of.
Oh my
hey,
god, you just made me like cream.
that sword. Think of Guardians of the Galaxy when he has his. And he sends the dagger. That's the dagger. Think of that. Did he do the Guardian of the Galaxy and he blows the thing by and kills everyone?
So, but
that
think
could
about
be
it because
white.
they're doing more Superman effects, but
Yeah,
I like
that
the idea.
sword.
So Superman effects with the sword. Oh, I'd like that a lot.
All right, moving on. We had a trailer. We're just gonna talk this one briefly because we like the movie. It's not superhero based, but it's a good movie. We liked John Wick. John Wick 2 trailer dropped finally. If you haven't seen John Wick, you can check it out on Netflix. It's a great movie. Are you excited for John Wick 2? You ready to see that world? More world building, Doofy? What do you think about John Wick 2?
They should have stopped at John Wick 1.
All right, that's it.
John
okay.
Wick 1 was really good, but honestly, that from that trailer, I feel like they just told me the ending scene because when his face is all cut up, if they send more
Spoiler.
people, I'll just kill them. That's the end scene. I guarantee it.
I mean, you can spoil it. It's not new.
But the whole thing is I wanted to know more about that Continental Hotel they stayed at, where all those shady people go and all that risky business, like all this stuff
Well, it's
goes
the
down.
same-
It'd be
it's the
cool.
same place.
It'd be
It's
cool
in
to-
America.
You could build that whole world of that hotel just off like that'd be a movie.
well,
That'd be
so
good.
so my thoughts is it's a sequel, guys. It blows. I mean, it's one of those ones. It's like going to be
Yeah,
Ninja
tell us
Turtles
the
2.
Godfather Part 2.
Okay, but think about new sequels like Ninja
the
Turtles.
Empire
2.
Return of the
Strikes
Jedi,
Back.
Empire Strikes
You know,
Back.
I mean,
Sorry.
but those are stories, big arcing stories. Lord of the Rings doesn't count. I'm talking when you have a movie that's going to be one, and then it was successful, and you go, we should do it to a second, a sequel. That's what it is. They didn't want to do a John Wick 2, but I like your idea. You know what I think they should do to spin it? Do what The Purge did. We had a singular character in the first movies.
Killed
and
him, moved to the next.
No one cares. Second one was way better. Third one was better than that. Why don't I like the hotel thing? Why
What?
don't they just go,
Take
just
take
whatever
your
that
thought,
town's called?
Yeah, take your thought
You didn't like the
and make
first
that the
Purge?
franchise. No, the one it was good when we saw it, but
It wasn't rated nearly as good as the second
It looked
and third.
worse after seeing 2, and then after seeing 3. First gets knocked
I
down.
don't,
because
I
2
don't
and
care
3 are
about the
good.
other people's opinions. I'm asking you for your own personal opinion.
I did not like the Purge one.
Huh.
But
I
when,
mean,
you
I
get,
understand,
when you get Frank
like, what
Grillo
kind
and
of idiot
anything, I'm a
kid's gonna
fan.
have access to let
Season
some
2,
stranger in.
or I should say movie 2. That's like a
Movie 3.
Well, since we're talking about hating sequels, I got bad news for you guys because the next thing we're talking about is the second Wolverine sequel, Wolverine 3, titled Logan.
One thing, okay.
Hugh
so
Jackman's last performance as Wolverine after 18 years.
can I jump in?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Hit me. What do you think? How do you
So
feel about
here's
it?
the thing. So first off, based off the sequel thing that we were just saying, I don't consider that a sequel. Reason being, it's based off comics. The story has already been written. This is a story arc. Think of it as a longer movie. But if you're thinking of like John Wick, what I meant was they did it. It was successful. They decided to do another. Say they go create
I'll agree with
a
that.
story.
They got to get a different plot. They were just continuing the plot
So
from
this
the first
this
to the
is
other.
meant to
In
be.
comics, there's rich history of 70 plus
Here's
years.
the other thing. Here's the
Yeah,
other
you
thing. If you read comics, and I don't read a lot, I peruse some. Word drop. Reese reads way more than me, but he'll even agree on this. Old Man Logan is the shit. It's one of the best comics ever. You're going to talk about it.
And due to character rights, we can't get that, but they're trying to
And
do
so-
the best they can.
So they're trying to do a version of that. And man, if you read Old Man Logan, you're going to go to that movie first time. It's not a sequel. It's nothing. They're putting the best story of Wolverine. The reason Wolverine is Wolverine, they're putting him on the big screen. If you're not hyped for that, don't watch my show.
Oh, and you got. I should mention they also
You
announced
just told Elite not to watch then.
Elite loves it.
you have.
I thought Elite just said this new Wolverine movie is going to be. It's either shit, ass, or I don't know.
The shit is what Elite
You
makes.
have-
Elite knows that we love him, and he loves Kyle, and I'm going to be their ordained person. Elite, we love you.
You have Patrick Stewart. His last time playing Professor X, also in the movie, had some old makeup. He's losing his powers, fading out, and Wolverine is losing his healing ability. That's the plot line. And along with that, we have the villain, Mr. Sinister, debut. I don't know if you remember from the '90s animated series, but he will be the villain. Anyway, I think the title Logan is actually a pretty cool title because it just sums up. Wolverine's a very depressing character. We talk about Batman loses his parents. Wolverine's
He's
had
always
a way
tried to be
harder
a normal
life.
human within, like, trapped inside an animal.
Exactly, and he's lost everyone. He outlives everyone.
He's trying to humanize himself.
Well, I mean, think about it.
He outlives everybody.
Think about it
He
right
cannot
now.
talk.
Think about, and this is going to be a real morbid 2 seconds of the show. But I like to say this: if everybody you knew right now that you care about, not even care about, everybody you know died.
just make new friends.
That's one way, but like it would be tough. It'd be tough after the second round, the third round, the fourth round. So Wolverine's been around since when?
He's around in the Civil War.
Yeah, he was
Civil
born
War.
like during Civil War era.
He's lost generation on generation on generation on generation. And it's not to be morbid, but that shows the character depth. That when this guy doesn't have time, he does. Think about like a customer service thing. Like if I've been at this shift for 22 hours, you're gonna be like, yeah, you just don't got anything left.
That's probably. I mean,
Extrapolate that to decades,
and
to
we
centuries.
saw in the prior movie, the Wolverine. When he lost his powers, he's like, I wouldn't mind dying, but then so much shit went wrong. He's like, I gotta get him back to save the day. I'm excited for it. Hugh Jackman has been great as Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman
Best-
is Wolverine.
And you know what the
I'm
funny
gonna
thing
be
is?
very upset when he retires from it.
People,
I'm gonna cry.
This is the last one. People forget though, when he was first cast, everyone was pissed. You cast a 6'1" Australian guy. Wolverine's 5'3". You can't have a guy that tall. And now we can only see him as
Yeah, but
Wolverine.
I hate when people complain about height as far as being too tall.
Okay.
Because if you're too short, you're just too short. But if you're too tall, there's so many camera angles they can use to make you short. It's so much easier to make you short than it is to make you tall.
Right, because when you do make him tall, Bane and Dark Knight Rises, they did upward camera angles. That makes him taller.
It's usually easier to take off layers than to add them. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of like easy ways to explain how much easier it is. So he's tall, sure, but he has the right hair color. He's got all the chest hair and stuff. Like, and I know that sounds a little gay. It is. But think about
his physique.
But that's what Wolverine. But that's what Wolverine would look like.
He is shredded.
Wolverine would be super hairy, jacked, and everything.
Yes, Doofy.
Chat's trying to interact with you, man.
What we
Blubber's
got?
here. Hey, Blubber. Hey, Lax.
What up, boy? Lax, my man.
I love
Thank
hot
you so
dogs
much,
as well.
Doofy.
Yeah.
Who?
And Blubber said, hey, if I could live forever, just fuck bitch to the end, to the world ends. I agree with you, Blubber. I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about.
Well, I mean, Blubber. That's just because that's why you that dude.
Hey,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
start new families. Duh.
Duh.
Real quick, my last bit for Reese's Pieces before we move on into W3s.
Hot dogs.
No,
are
we
nasty.
got top 10.
We're gonna do top 10. I'm sorry, and then we'll do W3s.
Reese sucks.
I do suck. Here we go. Last bit. We just watched the Iron Fist trailer this morning.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? The 4th Netflix show. Are we excited for it or no?
Okay.
another one.
Do you want first? Do you want second?
I'll take second.
Okay.
Take shotgun.
All right. So here's my thing. Here's my thing with it. I understand that if we were looking at like what we would consider critically acclaimed success or even pop culture success, that the Netflix Marvel shows have done well. But a lot of people dislike them as well. But it has a lot of like, it's on
Each
Netflix,
one of them.
it's trending, you know what I mean? So a lot of people just click on
Yeah.
it. And like a YouTube video, views doesn't mean popularity necessarily. It means social push, kind of. How much people have put it in your face.
Or it means someone accidentally clicked it and they just like, oh, I'm done watching this now, and then they click off.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
still get a view
absolutely.
for that.
So, me personally, I haven't liked them as much as I want to. I think they could be a lot better, and that's my big issue with them. I think with Iron Fist, though, the way they kind of worded it, and Reese, you can talk about this, they say the final defender is here. They seem to really hype him up, and you save the best for last, you know, all that stuff. So
I think they're also just really trying to hype up the other characters and be like, yo, we're making a Defenders series.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to get back to them.
Because there's the Avengers,
Yeah.
there's the Justice League,
The Defenders, and then whatever kind of off fucking, what are they?
Power Rangers even.
What are they, Class B, or what are they called?
Yeah, it's like Class B or Level 2 superhero or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
it.
So my opinion of Iron Fist. So my complaints of the other shows have been like the fight choreography has been terrible, and you guys know me being a big fight fan. I look at that stuff. I do, just because if you're gonna do something, do it right, in my opinion. I think this one's gonna be the best one. I mean, he looked like he was using real technique in some ways. He looked like a real martial artist type guy. It's not like Jessica Jones who's just lifting cards with one hand, and you're just kind of like.
Yeah, and doing like bullshit. Like she can do all this
Yeah,
crazy shit,
yeah,
but when it comes
yeah.
to like her just tipping over a fridge, she had to put her foot up against the wall and do it. Made no sense.
back to the trailer. I think it was pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna be good, but like with all of them, I want to see what we're really gonna get, because it seems like with those Marvel shows, you'll get 1, 2, 3 awesome episodes. You'll be like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen.
Reese, that's tipping. I'm sorry.
And then their budget
you go.
seems to kind of it's kind of like a wave. Like they're like, we got a
Yeah,
lot
they're,
of
they're like,
budget.
hey, we're gonna put everything in our all our basket or eggs in one basket.
in
and it's
episode
gonna be
1,
like
2,
the
3,
first,
7, 8, 9. You
yeah,
know?
the first
Yeah.
like 5 episodes.
But like
are
4,
gonna be
5,
good.
6.
Daredevil season 2, the first 4 episodes is just Daredevil Punisher. That's like the best part of it. Then opposite, Daredevil season 1, slow. Episode 4, you get Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, and they're slamming heads in car doors. You're like,
Who's
that's
Daredevil's friend?
awesome. His name is
What's his nickname? Froggy.
Froggy.
Dude, what
I don't
show is
like
that
him.
kid from?
Friday
Froggy.
Night Lights. He's from
No, he's from
I-
he's a kid. He's like a kid. It's like Sandlot, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
But
He's from the Butterfly Effect.
yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's the younger.
Doofy's in the building, y'all.
I know my movies.
You do.
Anyway, I'm excited for Iron Fist. I'm more excited for Defenders though, and that kind of sucks that we know Defenders is coming. We have to get through Iron Fist first. The only thing I will
Do
say
you think
is
they'll mail it in?
they have to nail all martial arts because it's Iron Fist. He is literally based off martial arts.
We've got chat questions.
Blubber, we got some time, my man. We got some time.
Last bit of Reese's Pieces we've been doing this weekly. We're gonna do a top 10, and actually this week it's a little different. Morgan's gonna judge. Me and Doofy are gonna do the top 10
let me preface.
because he's our special guest.
So what we're doing this week is we wanted to do top 10 Marvel villains, and it's one of those things where like we could all do a list, but that would take a long time, and we all know kind of the major heavy hitters. So basically what I did was this. I had Reese do a list, I had Doofy here do a list, and here's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to pick a winner, but more than likely I'm going to pepper them both with shots to the face and fuck them up, because I'm betting you guys fuck this up royally.
Stipulations for this: your villains had to have been in a movie or television thing of some sort.
In the
We are not-
cinematic universe.
Yes,
so that means
somewhere.
Netflix. That means on the big screen. That
we're including
means
Fox. We're including Disney. Marvel.
My
we're
list is gonna
including-
fucking kill his.
also one thing, me and Reese and Doofy here, we're huge fans of like the animated DC and even some of the animated Marvel show. So basically, if you can watch it and it speaks to you, we're counting it.
Exactly. All right,
Who wants to go first?
special guest Doofy, you got us.
I mean, I'll go for this.
Run down your 10.
I'll take it.
I will say if we have something similar.
Let's take a group vote. How do you want to do this? And if the chat wants to vote in, we'll try to take our longest here. Do we want to have him read his, me go at it, you read yours, me go at it, or you read, then we just have a face-off?
I think he reads. And
I
then
say we go through our list completely. We hand our paper to you, and then you say why you agree or disagree.
Well, hold on.
I think we both should go over
No.
it actually. Then you should compare
No.
the two, and then
He's
just
gonna.
demolish it.
Here's the best way to do this is he's gonna read. If he has something similar to mine, the same number, we'll elaborate on that one. Just like we did last week, we had Muhammad Ali one. We did that at the end. You go, I'll go. If we have something similar, we'll talk. Then at the end, Morgan picks.
Just make sure you verbally abuse him.
It's going to happen.
My list is gonna be great.
That's dumb. At number 1, I got Loki.
You're starting off at 10.
Wait, we're starting at 10 and going down backwards? Why didn't you tell me that?
Spoiler alert.
That's how top 10s work. No one starts with
No
number
one
one.
told me that, but I got it listed 1 through 10 on the paper. You guys just told me to read. Everyone forget that. That did not happen. At number 10, I got Thanos. And I'm going to tell you why
Guys,
Thanos
we're going to
is
start with
only
the
a
season
10.
finale today.
What's wrong with that? It's a good concept for a show.
What is that, Cloverfield?
Lost?
Memento by Chris
Hey,
Nolan's
Lost
backwards.
would have been way better.
Yeah,
It would have made a
awesome.
lot
It's
more sense.
Speaking of sequels. All right. All jokes aside, Doofy, we're sorry. Start at number 10.
All right, number 10, I got Thanos.
Okay.
And I got Thanos at 10 only because of the fact he's just not here yet. The Marvel Universe, they keep hinting at him. Like, they keep showing clips like, hey, I'm this big purple guy.
And since
looking
it's
for
all
these
based
stones.
off watchability, we have not seen Thanos' power, because even in the Marvel Avengers show,
Yeah, I don't read
he's
fucking
not that
comics.
powerful.
I just look at the pictures.
Wow, the disrespect.
I just look at the pictures. What's wrong? I don't want to read. I just want to look at the pictures. Anyways.
Thanos is the end-all be-all villain, so he has to
Yeah,
be on
but
the
you know
list.
what? He hasn't appeared yet. If he's
Number
end all be all,
9.
he'd be there.
Number
He
9.
is.
Number 9 is Doctor Doom.
You're just die.
Actually, I think we could talk about this one because I have Doctor Doom at 8, so we can go ahead and elaborate on Doctor Doom being 8.
Oh, man.
So basically, the reason I put Doctor Doom so low, I know
Morgan's
he's
about
not
to have
my
an
favorite.
aneurysm.
Doctor Doom, his movie portrayals have
That's
sucked.
a shit.
They've been wrong. They make him have in the movies. He has lightning abilities. He's a sorcerer, and on top of that, he's a genius. And the movies haven't been able to nail that. That's why he fell so short for me.
Haven't been able to nail that. The dude from Nip Tuck was the guy.
Okay, good casting doesn't mean they got the character right.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you
Jared
this.
Leto's great actor. Doesn't mean he got it right. Yeah, full
Get the
circle.
merry-go-round going.
Full circle. That's what I do.
Anyways, number 8, I got Green Goblin.
You didn't defend why you had Doctor Doom at 9. Like he just.
I mean, dude's badass. Like, if you watch the first Fantastic Four, Jessica Alba's fine ass. It's like, you gotta admit, he's a ruthless villain.
Okay, all right. This is what
I'm just giving a shout out to my girl Alba.
you both need 4 seconds of just getting treated. All right,
JL.
Let's talk about this. Lex Luthor. Why is he so high in DC? The reason why he's so high in DC is the fact that he's intellectually competing in mental warfare. He's ahead of you. He's 3-4 steps ahead of you. So it's not that Batman or Luthor or any of these people are smarter, even though that's sometimes how it works out. It's the fact that they're thinking ahead. Who is the one character out of all of Marvel that is always thinking ahead? It's Doctor Doom.
He has
Loki.
Doombots in place of him all the time.
The fact that you guys disrespect the man, it's not skills. It doesn't matter. So, for example, Wolverine's all metal. So if you're Wolverine and someone knows that and they can prepare and they have magnets everywhere, you're fucked. Or they have Magneto on their side, so they did collusion, you're fucked. He plans so far ahead that it doesn't matter about skill sets. He's better than probably 90% of your list. He should be top 3 all day. You're all stupid.
I read comics. I know how important Doctor Doom is to the comic book world. But if we're talking literal, it has to be in movies. He just is knocked from my list because of that. But he's a great villain.
Yeah, visually, it's just not cool for me.
They just did his powers wrong. He's a sorcerer and he's smart. And they in the movie they make him like he has electricity and he has something happen to him. It's not normal. It's
You guys
not
just
right.
want to headbutt each other?
Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm just waiting.
Doofy's ready.
I'm just patiently waiting.
Doofy.
Number 8.
Would like.
All right, number 8, Green Goblin.
Good choice for 8.
Like, he's a badass. Mm-hmm. But like he's not the ultimate badass. But
Like,
he's up there.
We
as far
like
as
him.
Villains go.
We like him. He's a good character. He's big for Spider-Man. But let's be honest. If we're looking at every villain, there's better options.
Now this next one, it was hard because he may have been number 1, but he's at number 7. Is Plankton from SpongeBob.
Not Marvel.
God damn it, Doofy.
It's still animated.
But we're talking live action even.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's think of a plankton fucking just making robots. That's some scary shit.
I think you got confused again.
He got inside SpongeBob's head and controlled him.
Like some Ant-Man shit.
You know what?
That doesn't count.
Well, Eliad is an outlier.
Okay, I guess Plankton. That's not on mine for sure, but go
He,
ahead.
he's on it.
Keep going.
Number 6 is Ultron.
Decent.
Super powerful character, especially in today's age with electronics. Makes a lot of sense.
He's a computer. He's fucking self-aware. It's scary.
I think
it's
one of-
Skynet, guys.
You know why I think we actually don't like him so much? Is I think people are in today's world are a little bit scared of AI more than they ever have been. So we don't even want to kind of talk about him. It's like, ugh,
You know what?
it's a little
What was
too
Ultron
real.
for you? 5?
It's too taboo.
Sorry, Ultron was 5 for you?
Yeah, too taboo.
No, Ultron was number 6. Pay his fuck attention.
Actually, this is a great time because Ultron is my 6, so I will give my bit about him. The movies, once again, did not do the comics justice. In the comics, here's what Ultron is.
I like the dude's voice that played him, though.
Oh, James Spader.
Yeah,
World-class
James Spader's a
actor.
badass.
Blacklist, amazing. Anyway, here's the problem, though. Ultron in the comics, here's what makes him really scary. Robot made. This robot can just adapt powers and steal anything. He's like a Mazo for DC. So Ultron literally can just take whatever power you have and mimic it.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, though, they just made him a AI thing, which did make it more scary. But if they would have done more of that power stealing thing, like, you know, it would have been a little more hit it home for me. But he is my 6 as well, so hey, Doofy, we got that one similar. Doofy, what's your 5th one?
Real quick thing we got from Mirror Balls. He was asking, what's this stream about? Hasn't seen this before. This is a Morgan James stream. What we usually do is we stream UFC 2, some NBA 2K, Tuesday through Friday, and then on the weekends we do UFC Fight Companions, and this is our weekly live broadcast show, Lightsabers and Iron Bars, where we talk everything MMA to a galaxy far, far away.
Elite Killer's really pushing to be a moderator. He's doing a good job, too, in my eyes. I would have done giving him the dick and the sword.
Well, Kyle already can do that.
Well, duh.
But shout out to Elite Killer. You're in the rankings. You're in
Right,
the
am I
rankings.
going to 5?
Doofy, hit your 5, man. What's it? What is it?
Venom.
Great.
Okay. Can I say something? Why is Tracy McGrady in a lot of people's eyes one of the best basketball
Can I just say
players?
this also? Venom's my number 5, so we can just go ahead and do this.
So why is Tracy McGrady one of, like, when you talk to basketball fans, they're like, Tracy McGrady, though. It's not because of stats. It's because we know. Because if you're a fan, you saw the effect he had on games, and he was cool, and he was dramatic. So Venom, to me, is that. He doesn't have the stats to be one of the greatest.
What is it? It's 18 points in 16 seconds or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Something crazy.
So I don't think Venom has the stats. You're not like, he has this power. Fan love, cool costume,
Coolest costume.
you know, everything.
Oh, dude, dope.
Everything about him's awesome, right? So I think by fan vote, you got to go for him. And in the movie, it was that 70s show guy, which didn't work, but I love that 70s show, so I'm down.
And the worst part is they butchered them in that. But you know what? Here's the thing though with Venom. Venom was the ultimate Spider-Man villain.
That Tobey Maguire scene where he went all emo and he's like,
Oh, it's so bad.
that
The
was
emo
so
snapping.
bad.
Dude, like, you want to talk about, like, cringeworthy
Oh,
moments?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Suicide Squad before
I literally
Suicide
wanted
Squad.
to leave the theater when I saw that.
Even when I don't even guess
It pissed me off.
James Franco is playing Osborn, the
Yeah.
son. Even when he's in emo mode and Osborn throws the grenade and Tobey Maguire turns around, he does this. And then he catches the grenade and throws it back at him and then goes,
Well,
Why?
what
Why
he's
do you
saying
do
is
that?
he's jumping off building. He's like, "Hi," and he's just getting it.
Yeah.
You ever seen a spider guy at a?
I think the thing that diminished
nightclub?
Venom a lot, here's what sucked, is Venom was the badass, the end-all, be-all. Then they introduced Carnage. And Carnage is a
Yeah.
great villain. He's not on my list. I don't think he's on yours
You know
either.
what it was?
But
You know what it is?
Carnage weakened Venom because he's
ready
not
for it?
the
You ready
evil
for it?
one.
He won't get this reference, but DBZ when they had the androids, and then they brought Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Whenever you bring in a more powerful character to someone, it's just that's just the pecking order of life. And in a show, you got to be real careful because you can only go so high. Think about Marvel real quick. Marvel, quick side note. If you think about it, you got the people like Red Skull, all of that. Then you go out of orbit. Thanos. All these people.
Cosmic.
And it's like, how big can you go? You can go too high, and then you kind of fuck your show up because after you fight Thanos, no one gives a shit about Red Skull.
So, Mirror. Mirror just said, my superpower would be to cure anxiety and make everyone confident and happy. So, Mirror, you would be handing out free weed? That's my kind of superhero.
Actually, that's a great power.
That's a
though.
hero the world fucking needs, man.
If you're playing Overwatch, like our friend KRice2209, when he's not looking at gay porn,
That's true.
He would call that a healer.
Healer, hero, whatever the fuck. It starts with an H, so it doesn't matter.
Triple H, baby.
Hey, guys, we're going to number 4.
No, wait, real quick. I
Did
just
we
want
get
to
a
touch
Triple H pop star?
I just want to touch one more thing real quick with that. I think the thing with Venom, so you have this symbiote, this alien substance.
Uh-huh.
It just went to a normal guy who has been bullied. He's not pure-hearted. That's with Venom. Then it found a serial killer. It went to him, and that's when you get Carnage. Different mindset. That's what made it more evil.
Kind of like the Joker version. of
Joker,
Venom.
yes. So,
Which
anyway,
I think everybody likes because real life happens and people know, there's things that can go down that you'll never come back from. Like you'll never mentally just be the same person. And for some reason, it's the sex sells. That shit sells. People like to know someone who just went off the walls. The best line about Joker in Dark Knight is just some people like to watch the world burn.
Yeah,
Where's
that's one line. That's iconic.
there's a funny meme that goes around and says, Batman's who you looked as a kid, Joker's who you understand as an adult.
Yeah, that's true.
You can see why he's off his rocker. Anyway, move on to your number 4, Doofy.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know what kind of Tinder you're on, Indeed, but Kirby sounds like a nice dude.
Okay.
You better swipe right for him.
What number are we on?
We're at number 4, and I have Magneto at 4. Now, I understand Magneto's strong as shit, and he's possibly the most ultimate badass. But, dude can destroy the world, and he can, move metal. It's cool, but fuck. He can raise the ground and do that.
Wait.
First off.
Can we just wait on this one? Pass.
No, I just want to say one thing. He can control electromagnetic forces and metal.
Thank you.
Take a huge dick
We'll
and
move.
suck it.
We'll move on because that's on mine.
That's
So keep going.
That is a huge power.
Move on.
So he can control electricity?
No, it has
You
to
said
do
Electro.
with electromagnetic.
It's like he can control the things that control electricity.
Yes. Anyways, atoms, protons, Neutrons, electrons. I don't know if you know about this dude.
He can make force fields and things, and he can fly with it. You just don't know.
Anyways, move on to your 3 though. 'Cause
got-
we're
when
gonna
he's-
talk. We're
and-
gonna talk
You're gonna
Magneto.
tell this doofy smartness here. Let's get into fucking polar bears. I'll just make you look stupid.
We should do top 10 polar bears sometime.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
He says dope.
Number 3, I got Apocalypse.
Okay. That's probably
Dude can boost people's powers, and he drains them of theirs, and they just
And
they
we
die.
will get into Apocalypse. We want to hear your final two, your number 1 and number 2. We've already heard your
Number
one.
2, I got this dude named Kilgrave because he control minds. And that's
Jessica
just fucking
Jones.
scary.
Jessica-
All right, guys.
Jones.
Kilgrave is actually known as the Purple Man in the comics. Just to
Okay,
you might know
okay.
more, but he is in Jessica
And
Jones.
then
season 1.
as Doofy led with, he likes to give you a full breadth of what you're going to get. Number 1 was Loki, as he announced. Reese's Pieces. Why don't we go ahead and start your list? What I want you to do, Reese, is I'm going to go and fill up another screwdriver. I would like for you to go through your top 10, and then we're going to argue it out.
Holy
And-
shit, you drink
and-
that fast. You gonna be okay?
And Elite, here's one thing I really want to touch on, because your cousin Kyle,
I would have been falling over. And I want to address your screwdriver situation. I would have been falling over that drinking that fast.
well, leaders lead from the front.
Good for you, man.
So, did you see what Elite just said? He said, Doofy, Kyle has a big mouth, so I'm good. That's hot.
I mean, you can fit a big Johnson in it. What's wrong with that?
Reese, please go through your top 10. Doofy, you can go back a little bit and forth. I'm going to come back, and then we're going to pick a winner.
All right, here we go, guys. Every week I give honorable mention shout outs. So here's what my honorable mention is.
My honorable mention is the small guy from Fern Gully. Pollution's the dangerous thing, and it's going to
man.
ruin this world,
Dude,
people.
Fern Gully scared the shit out of me as a kid. The introduction.
Dude, it did, man.
Those handprints everywhere.
Yeah,
What
dude,
was
that shit was
that?
scary
Why?
as fuck. Take the ferry flying around aspect out of it. It's scary.
What was it? Like the cesspool first and the dirt.
Like the smog.
It was smog, yeah.
Yeah.
Really smog. Anyway, my honorable mention. It is actually Frost from the Blade series. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Blade movies, but Frost,
Are you serious?
badass.
Technically, Dracula's in the Blade series, so you might as well just throw him in there over Frost.
But he wasn't as compelling. He wasn't as compelling as Frost was. Frost made you want to hate him. That was my honorable mention. Doesn't matter.
Frost only wanted to take Blade's powers. Like,
Okay, here's all I got to say. Who the fuck is Frost? We all know who Dracula is.
Deacon Frost.
are you serious? You want me to educate you right now?
Yeah, I don't know who Frost is.
Okay, so in the first Blade movie, Frost was the villain.
Oh, that guy, the white dude?
Yeah, he's the...
Blue eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He had the blood, he smeared it all over him, and his eyes turned red.
Bad.
And at the end, he got real obese and he blew up.
That's bad lead off.
number 10, and this
It's
is
okay.
this is based off purely live action performances. I have Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin, in the Daredevil series. That episode 4 of season 1, where he's just bashing his head in a car door, gets him at number 10 for me. He's a articulate villain, has his class things, but he also has a bad temper problem. Number 10, Far Out, is just based off that movie thing. I know he has no powers, but the fact that there's a guy like, he's a Marvel Lex Luthor kind of, just not.
I'm sorry, who'd you
the
say
money.
again?
Kingpin. Wilson Fisk.
Kingpin. Yeah, he's a human.
Number 9.
It's a screwdriver, mirror balls, vodka, and orange juice. Keep going.
Number 9, I
Thank you
have.
for addressing that because it was bothering me.
Yeah.
Number 9, I have Kilgrave / Purple Man, which Kyle had way higher, but great villain. In Jessica Jones, he's the best actor. to
Someone
do a
else
villain.
has that power. Other people have that power.
But
Good
he's
people.
a good
Professor-
guy. We're talking about villains.
Professor X has that power, but Kilgrave is doing it for bad things. He's raping young women.
Understood.
for
I'm
it.
saying, think of it as Flash. Once you have too many speedsters, you're kind of like, who cancels each other out?
Flash is a different beast.
No, that's another thing. I gotta address it real quick. They introduced another new Flash.
We're
Two
gonna
new
get
Flash.
we're gonna get it.
Okay,
We're gonna
good.
We'll do that in a minute.
They
Anyway,
introduced 2.
8.
Yes.
8. Morgan already touched on this. We touched on it. We talked about Doctor Doom.
I
So,
haven't gotta watch it yet.
7. Ultron. 6. We talked that. Venom. We did that one. 5. I have Red Skull. Based off
I
the
think
fact
the Red Skull's so underrated.
he's underrated.
That's
but
what
usually-
everyone says, but I hated him.
He's
You need to watch on Netflix Marvel's Avengers Assemble.
He's Joker's.
Animated.
He's Joker's, or he's the Joker to Batman. Like he as the
Yeah,
Cap.
yeah.
He is.
Well, it's the Lex Luthor.
He
to
created
Supes.
him. He's the
It's
opposite.
the Green Goblin to Spidey.
And he has a rich character. What's more? There's.
I don't like his face.
Let me tell you.
What-
Well,
that's-
that's why. There's a comic actually. This is very famous in the late '80s, early '90s. They did something called Algorithm, and it was DC and Marvel actually teamed up to write comics. Joker meets Red Skull, and Joker's the craziest of the crazy, right? And Red Skull is sitting there talking about world domination, and then says "Hail Hitler" at the end, and Joker was all for it. He's just, and then Joker goes, "What?" And then he goes, "Hail Hitler," and then he goes, "Oh, I'm crazy and I kill people, but I'll never support a Nazi." And then pulls out a gun and shoots Red Skull. Instantly dead. So even Joker hates Red Skull that much. That's interesting to me. That's why I think that's on the. I mean, Red Skull's a
Whole
great
bunch of
villain.
info for you.
I didn't know anything about that.
Joker.
I'm just like,
Joker-
teach me.
Joker killed Red Skull because he hated him that bad. So how much more? If Joker hates you, like literally wanted to like he.
Yeah, if
doesn't
Joker
even-
thinks you're a bad guy and you're fucked up in the head, and you know
Yeah,
you're just
yeah, you're really that bad.
Anyway,
Anyway,
one, he's gonna kill you. He could
4,
kill
I have Thanos. Yes, he's only been in the movies 3 times, but Thanos is coming.
Thanos is like Kane from wrestling.
But
He
when?
didn't have a lot of character development, but he's so
Not
powerful.
yet.
You got to put
He
him
will.
somewhere. You got to put him somewhere.
He has a movie coming up. He's gonna
Oh
be
my
great.
god! It's like when they like started to introduce Kane, they just did the
Yeah.
fucking red fire, and that was it. And then no one would show up. You guys remember he just wouldn't show up?
Did
and
you
then
guys hear
finally he
Liquid
appeared.
Hot's music the other day? God, that's a dope song.
Dude, it sounds fucking.
I missed
stupid.
it. What was it?
It sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin's song, but like it's like a cappella. But
Really?
way better.
That's awkward.
It's like.
Don't encourage Liquid Hot, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I have to say for my number 3, if this was purely movies, he'd be number 1. But it's not. We're also just doing comic book on it. Number 3, I have Loki. But if you hear my number 2s, you'll understand. But Loki is a great character. Brother of Thor. Sometimes an anti-hero.
Did he put Loki at number 3?
I did. If we were talking purely movies, off
Dude, I'll fucking
performances,
roll up right
it'd be
there.
Loki number 1. But we're doing comics. and
Guys,
too,
can we get
so-
some hashtag triggered in the chat? Because Morgan here, he's triggered. He's got an erection and he's mad.
That's one. That's how.
Oh,
you
wait,
know
I gotta
when you
address
got a
this.
boner.
He's got a hate.
I have to
boner.
address this in the chat. Mirror Balls. He wants to know if we're drinking beer and orange juice or is that
We already
vodka.
We already
addressed
addressed
that.
that.
I
All right,
thanked him for
no,
addressing it.
I'm second addressing it because you should try beer, orange juice, and Amarillo, and that's called a lunchbox, and it's a great drink. Just saying.
Dynamite dropping. Actually, it is a really good drink.
Yeah, it's a really good drink.
little
lunchbox on a nice Sunday.
It doesn't sound appetizing to me, but I haven't tried it.
Number
so I don't know.
two,
God, do
number
you like
two.
Picture that in a bomb type form, but smaller. Keep going.
Number 2, I have
He saved it.
I have Marvel's Joker, really, the Green Goblin. I know you had him way past it, but here's why. Spider-Man is nothing without
Do you want me to choke him out?
Norman Osborn. You guys can do this if you've read the comics. You understand. Green Goblin is scary, crazy. He's Joker with a flying levitation board. He's like nuts. Anyway, I'm capping this real quick. Number 1's Magneto. I don't know how Magneto's not number 1 ever on any list. Magneto is the most. He was in a Germany Nazi camp and survived, and then has
Give me your
a
list.
huge hate human thing.
Give me your list.
Because he had a metal coin. Of course he survived. He just sent it
He
through
didn't even have his
everyone's
powers
head.
developed. Magneto is easily number 1. A great character backstory. You understand him. You root for Magneto because you understand his drive. Easily number 1. Morgan's gonna review these and tell us what he's got.
You guys can talk while I'm reading.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's gotten pretty fucking quiet. Like, you should read and think out loud.
I'm reading real quick.
Whatever.
Is the dude in the middle okay? Are you okay?
No, man, he triggered. I told you, he has a
Triggered
hate
as shit.
boner
Triggered
over
as shit,
our,
man.
over
Reese-
our
Reese
top
was saying some
tens.
good things. All right, you guys' top squads are pretty much the same. Here's the way I'm gonna put it. So I look at the top 10, like it's a basketball squad. That's how I pick the winner. So based off that, Reese wins because his bench is deeper. But I'll say this: Kyle's list.
It's Plankton. It's what saves it.
He handled the starters better, way better. Let's just dive into this. Here you go, Kyle.
Okay.
Doofy. That being said, Magni number 1, great. That's great. No one's mad at that. We're all cool
Makes
with it.
sense.
Everyone's happy with
IGN
it.
actually had him as number 2 all time behind
Magneto's
Joker.
the tits. Let's go to X-Men First Class. He puts the quarter through his dome.
Oh, dude, what about Apocalypse? The necklace just strangles
It
Tate.
wasn't as cool, but it was cool.
It was cool.
It was very cool. Green Goblin, take your DC boner and find it somewhere else. You literally suck out the Joker of any situation.
So you guys don't get mistaken. Green Goblin's not a part of the DC universe. I don't know
Right,
why
right.
Morgan brought that up.
No, it's because he finds who's
Morgan,
closest to the
you
Joker.
You need to go educate yourself on Green Goblin then and
Yeah.
look him up, man.
That guy can go throw a
I'm just
pumpkin
gonna
bomb.
say his list is bullshit because he just took the main villain for every superhero.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
That's a reason that.
Here's what I don't get. How
Put
here,
some
this
fucking
is my
thought
only
in
thing. This is
it.
my only thing. How is Loki not higher than Green Goblin?
Loki was not even considered a mainstream villain until the movies.
This is a movie list.
That's why he's 3. But you also said
So
we aren't just doing-
based off movies or even off.
I'm sorry, hey guys, if you want to do me a favor, can you rewind the video after this is done?
You can't
and see,
okay.
After it's
Just
done,
take it.
and see if I said Loki would be number 1 if this was purely movie performances. 'Cause I think I said that twice. And I said, since it's not, we're also doing just the comic book. As long as they were in a movie, they count.
Dude,
Green
the
Goblin.
fact
would be
that Green
number 2.
Goblin's in your top 5, that's what ruined it for you. But you still won. Red Skull, great spot there. Where was Red Skull on yours?
I don't
Not-
have him.
That's your biggest. That's your biggest issue. Your biggest issue, Green Goblin. I
It was
think
between him and Plankton. Of course, the Plankton won
Reese's
out.
list is definitely better because like look at this, like
Because he's a fucking nerd and reads comics.
Kilgrave. If he was on your starter squad, which he's on Kyle's starter squad, so many characters could just mess that dude up.
Here's the thing.
No.
His
Thanos?
yeah.
Thanos.
You just got to
Do
get
what
it.
I say.
His powers don't work on super beings. They only work on regular humans. So look at mine. Magneto wears a helmet.
That
not
makes
gonna
no
work.
sense.
Well, Magneto
'Cause
could
how
just
did he
factory him
control
for
Jessica
everybody.
Jones
Magneto,
and Luke
yeah,
Cage?
Magneto's their helmet not gonna work. Green Goblin's crazy. It won't work.
Luke Cage is like a
Loki-
C-list character.
I
Loki,
don't care. He's still a superhuman.
Loki does the same shit. Thanos could just withstand it. Red
You
Skull
notice
has
all 3 of
superhuman
your
syndrome.
all 4 of your top 4 have helmets.
Yeah.
They would
Venom,
take out
Venom,
all Kilgrave shit with helmets.
Venom is an alien symbiote. Wouldn't affect him. Ultron's a robot. Definitely wouldn't affect him. Doctor Doom has something built
Only
into
if
where it
it's
would
a
affect
special
him.
made helmet.
Kilgrave, not.
You can't go out there with a bicycle helmet.
Did you
You'll be
see what
fine.
Blubber said? Is that dude in the middle okay? Blubber, that's Morgan. I don't know.
It's true.
It was funnier to you. I'm sorry.
It's
All right.
because it's just true.
Anyway, that's our top 10 for the week. You want to wrap this up with some W3?
Well, let's get some W3 in.
Yeah. All right.
Doofy
What we are
one-
watching.
Doofy's a special guest. I think this should be Doofy's segment because, you guys hear what we're watching every week, and we're obviously going to touch on those. But Doofy, you're the special guest. Why don't you give us what Doofy watches, and we'll go off that.
Well, it's a bit of everything. Arrow, The Flash, some Grey's Anatomy. You got to get that in there. You got to
Yeah,
get your
yeah.
hospital shit.
I gave up on Grays.
You're
They
just
killed
stupid.
McDreamy. After they killed McSteamy.
Because dude, the
there's
jackass
Too
in
much,
real
there's too
life.
much Mick gone from that.
I will say they're killing all the characters off. Like,
Well,
I just
they've
don't
had, what,
understand.
14, 15 seasons? Like, eventually
It's
people
up
die.
there.
And they're doing
Uh,
years in a season.
Of course, the new South Park. Watching the new season of South
We actually,
Park.
episode 1 and 2, we briefed on South
How
Park. They had a
pissed were
bye
you
week.
guys they
They
did a
had a
bye
bye
week?
week. We will have a review of the next episode.
Scream Queens. That's
Great.
my shit.
Underrated guilty pleasure. Good job, Doofy.
So talk to me about Scream Queens, because you're just now listing shows. You're not saying anything about them.
You just asked me what I was watching. You didn't ask me
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk about it.
But so I think highlight though, I would say Luke Cage because we were all just chit chatting about that earlier.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were saving that.
Before
Luke
the
Cage, you're
show
watching
started.
too. I think that
No, I'm not watching it. I finished it.
exactly. So you should probably
Because
elaborate
it's
on
been
that.
watched.
It's a great show.
Well,
I
of
finished
course
it
it's
too.
a good
and
show.
Morgan, you're episode 8, episode 9.
Yeah, I thought I was done with it because Netflix did the thing where it goes to another show, but apparently I had not watched the last 2 episodes. Going to catch those tonight. My takeaways from that's what I've been watching primarily is Luke Cage, and it's like we kind of touched on it earlier. Netflix and those shows, it's like part of me is so psyched to start those because I love superhero stuff. But the only thing is I'm emotionally invested in superhero stuff. So if it's not what I want it to be, I'm instantly upset.
See, I'm the same and opposite. I'm so emotionally invested. I don't notice the minor things that
You're
bug
happy it's
you.
there.
I'm just happy it's there, and I look at the character development in the story, and I'm like, oh my god,
It's written great. Characters are great in it.
acting's great.
The main acting's great. The extras acting and stuff, it's really bad. Their
why they're
budget, their
extras.
budget tiered off so hard. But you said that's probably because of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Infinity War.
Well, and no, just the Defenders show on Netflix coming.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
yeah.
the biggest.
Do you think that's where they're putting the budget?
And Iron Fist. He's got to have a glowing fist. They got to do that because that's his character.
Because
But
it costs a lot of money to
Yep.
put that in.
anyway, I got to ask real quick.
Just don't start off strong if you're in like bitch. Just Common sense.
Luke Cage, where do you guys, out of the Netflix, there's 4. We have Daredevil 1 and 2, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. Can you just give me a quick ranking, Doofy, of what's your top 4? You ranked those. What one did you enjoy the most? Maybe give our fans something to pick up on, which they should watch first.
I'd say the most I enjoyed Luke Cage.
Luke was number 1.
And then after that, honestly, Jessica Jones was good.
Really good.
I liked the whole
The
storyline
villain-
and
the
everything.
villain makes it the
killed
best.
One quick thing. If you guys are watching this live and there is a slight delay, that's because we had to put a slight delay because when it goes to Twitch afterwards or goes to YouTube afterwards, the audio sync gets out of things. So if it's a slight delay, we apologize.
We're still working on
It's
it.
something that just has to happen at the moment. Keep going. Let's talk about Jessica Jones.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
I
the
said
villain.
two.
The villain was
Yeah.
like the best part of it.
So then
but
you
I
have your
mean,
Daredevil 1 and 2. Which one's better?
Daredevil 2 for sure, man.
I actually have the same list as him. Well, no, I take that back. Jessica Jones is number 1 to me, based off the fact of the villain and only the villain. The villain
Plus,
makes
Jessica
the show.
Jones had Luke Cage in it.
And it did, yeah.
And he pounded that out.
Oh yeah, because he's like, I don't want to hurt you, and she's like, but you can't hurt me.
Yeah, that was
So
cool.
you know they just
in the
banged,
comic,
like,
in the comics they're
fucking
married.
hard.
In the comics they're married.
Here's the bullshit part.
That's what they were
Well, I
hinting
know.
at.
Here's the bullshit part. And you remember this, Reese. When I watched Jessica Jones, the little bit I watched, which was like 5 or 6 episodes, so I still watch a good amount.
Because they're on Captain America's side in the comics, but they stay neutral.
Literally, I texted you and I go, Luke Cage is awesome, right? Where was that, Luke? Now, I know it's a different time period. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just don't like the time
I
period.
think a shotgun to the face from your rebound chick would really fuck you up and maybe make you reconsider life.
Oh, check out Elite. He's got a... So, Blubber here was talking about how he's probably going to get some pop figures now because he wasn't into them, but he's going to get some UFC ones. And Elite's got a special edition vinyl figure of Fallout 4. Reese, you collect stuff like that. That's got to be worth a pretty penny.
Some of those pop figures can go for up to $5,000, and they've only been out for 8 months. It's hard to come by. Actually, you guys want to hear a really quick, cool side story?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm still with the same company, but my previous employment job, I traveled every
Street
week.
corner.
I traveled every week to a
So
different
it's getting
part of the
arrested.
country.
he was the best dick sucker.
The
Still
best.
is.
Corner, yeah, of course.
Was.
I traveled to a different part of the
As he
country
makes a move.
every week, though. And
just
I
letting you
actually
know.
I had a trip. I went out to Seattle, Washington. I was actually working in a town called Everett, which is a suburb of Seattle,
What the literalness that is coming. So you were in Seattle.
basically. But my job was to go to other businesses and promote this product from the company I'm working for.
Marketing.
Marketing. I'm just doing marketing.
He was the
Freelance marketing.
guerrilla marketer, guys. Let's call it what it is.
Anyway, here's the cool thing.
It
Out
was
in
daylight.
Seattle, there is major corporations everywhere. Starbucks started there. Grunge music started there.
Yeah.
All these different companies
Kurt
started there.
Cobain.
While I was there, actually,
Everyone's real popular
I did 2
there,
things.
too.
Side note, I held the Heisman Trophy for
No
this
shit.
year because the truck was there.
Oh yeah, I
They
saw
were-
that picture. That was
They
awesome.
were promoting the
Oh,
Heisman.
tell that quick side story. Quick side story
I was-
on the Heisman Trophy.
I was there and I was giving away some free samples of the food for the company I work for.
about the guy.
And anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm like, hey, you guys want some free samples? And I'm like, he's like, oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah, it's right before lunch. I'll take some free food. And he's like, do you want to hold the Heisman? I'm like, excuse me? And he goes, the Heisman for this year. We don't have it engraved yet because we don't know who's going to win, but we carry around the Heisman. We go to different blue collar companies and we let everybody look at the Heisman, hold it, take pictures with it. I was like, that'd be awesome. We go do it. And he actually had a full out truck. And this guy, he works 5 months out of the year, makes $250K for his 4 months of work. He just drives the Heisman around. and
Is it
shows
4
the
months or
people.
5 months? Now you're changing your story.
Sorry, 5 months.
Okay.
5 months.
Okay.
So less than half a year.
Less than half a year, and he makes that much money, and he's like, but I tell you what, man, it's stressful, but, I have some good moments. Like, I was in Chicago, actually, and I was in an elevator, and I had a big case with me because the Heisman's in it, and this guy's like, what's in the case? And I'm like, the Heisman. He's like, good one, buddy. Have a good night. And he's like, I was being dead honest. It's really in there. Anyway, I got a picture with the Heisman for this year. It was cool.
That'd be an awesome job.
It was great. It was awesome to see it. But anyway, the thing is right after that, we walked across the street to this place. And this was 2 years ago now almost. And it was called Funko. And I was like,
Was it a fun place?
Funko. I walked in, and the front desk secretary lady had about 30 of these guys right in front. And the thing is it's the headquarters for the Pop Toys
No
before
shit.
they blew up. They had just been out for only like 2 months. And I walked in, and then she's like, oh yeah, we're Funko. We're an upcoming. We're making like collectible figures. And I was like, really? Oh, that's cool. And I was like, oh, I like them. Those are neat. They're little guys. They kept them in all the boxes. And Here's what got me excited. I was like, we have free food for all you guys. We just want to hand it out to your employees. Can we do that? And she's like, yeah. She's like, the thing is, normally we'd let you walk through, but I actually have to guide you through because we have a room you can't go in. I want you to stumble in there. And we're like, oh, okay, got it, secret room. She's like, it's a secret room, but she's like, it's so hard not to keep it in. We actually have the whole Star Wars Episode 7 scripts and all the pictures in there before the movie comes out. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, we have all of Star Wars 7 and then the 8 scripts all over because we're making the figures for the movies. We have all the production lines in there.
So this is when you just went like full nerd and threatened to burn down the building.
But
right?
thing
That's
for
what
me though, and you know this about
And
me.
I'm at a place where they and she's like, yeah, the J.J. Abrams came through and left all this stuff here for us to make the figures off of because it's part of Disney's contract. And they have contracts with everything. That's why they can do wrestling, UFC, and all that, the pop figure thing. I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, glad you're with me. I would have wandered into that room, and I would have looked to see what I could have saw. Anyway, so we walked around and did all that, and then she's like, this is so nice, you guys. You guys brought, we had there was about 1,000 employees there. We had food for all of them. We were leaving, and she's like, can I repay you? And guys, probably the biggest mistake of my life,
Got a handy.
because I fucked up. She goes,
Got
is
a
there something we
handy.
can do with the sandwich? She's like, how about you go to you can go to our shop we have here. No one's been in it yet, but like, you grab whatever one you want. You can pick one. I mean, you probably gave us what, a couple $100 worth of food. You can have
You didn't pick one?
She goes, we made these for $5.25. My job says not to take free gifts back, so I didn't take one because I was with a partner that was like, oh, I'm not taking one. And I really wanted.
Oh,
to
what a fucking party pooper! You take that shit.
I saw a Superman limited edition one there. It's apparently only 3. It's worth like a couple of grand, and I didn't pick it up, and I just eats away at me. But I have been to Funko's Head Factory. I saw those before they were even popular, and now they're blown up everywhere. You have all types of them. They're really cool. You guys should get into collecting them. They're neat. You can actually sign up for Loot Crate. I think Loot Crate sends one every month. Special
Great
edition.
shout out,
so-
Loot Crate. If you want to sponsor this,
Yeah, Loot Crate. If you
podcast
want to
show,
sponsor us, do let us know.
right
But
here.
Anyway, that's my little story. It's a fun thing. I've been to Funko Pop Toys. It was awesome. So
A little thing. So I think that's probably all we got for W3. One thing I kind of want to add. I want to add 2 things to the show this week and just kind of see how they do. Just because I think they're interested. First thing I want to add to, because we are on Twitch and we are a gaming stream in a lot of ways. I want to kind of add in what type of games we've been playing. I've actually been playing a ton of NBA 2K lately. I think it's probably the best NBA 2K in a while. No, you've played it. Have you played it yet, Reese?
I have not. I had an offer to the other night, but the Cubs were playing, so
Yeah.
attention was there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's called priorities. You
That's
got
just-
your priorities.
you know,
straight.
Ain't nothing wrong
Chicago
with that.
Cubs are in the playoffs. It's been 108 years since one World Series.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
focused right there right now, and I'm also trying to stay up with all fall TV
You know,
that's on.
Sticking with our top 10 list, the game you play all the time is that Marvel game, right? Talk about that for 2 seconds. What's the game? You've been trying to get me to play it for months.
And
Is it
Doofy,
that open world superhero thing?
Doofy, no, that's DC Universe. Doofy, your cousin Kyle. I tried to get
that
him
game
to play
was
this.
awesome. Remember DC Universe?
So basically, yeah, I
Wasn't
do.
a fan.
It's still there. It's free now. You can play it anytime PS4, and they have multiple updates.
I'm going to stream that for sure.
There's a game called Marvel's Contest of Champions. It's a phone game, and it's a fighting game, but you're also like collecting fighters.
I don't think you've shown me this. Or Kyle.
They have a rank system. I'm
It's like
loading it.
Injustice, kind of.
It is.
And Pokemon.
They have a ranking, so you can get a 1-star Thor or you can get a 4-star Thor. 4-star Thor is going to be powerful, though. It's like a trading card game, but what you're doing is you're battling other things, and the more you battle, the more higher level characters you get. I got blessed. I didn't know this was this rare, but my 3rd crystal, you open crystals to get characters once you complete a feat. So I got a crystal, and you can get a 2 to 4-star champion. You get a 4 super hard. My 3rd character I ever got was a 4-star Thor. Thor is my favorite Marvel character. I was beyond happy.
He creams his pants. That's what he
Then
wanted
I got
to say.
Wolverine. I didn't know how rare these were. There's only like so many people that have it. But anyway, I'm pulling up the app right now. But you literally you have a you guys well just check it out. You got like a little you got like a little setup
He's showing
here.
a phone screen
I will.
over here.
So when you see it. Anyway, that's the main screen.
Well, go show them.
got notifications.
We don't need to see it.
I will, guys.
What's this
right
guy
here.
doing? Like, I thought you guys were professional.
Get it. Look at the screen, Reese. Make sure you see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Is that the
what it
Hulk
looks like.
beater?
That's Juggernaut right there.
Ooh.
Right now, the current storyline they're doing Ghost Rider is probably because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're trying to like really drive in that Ghost Rider thing. I don't have a great top hero list compared to some others, but it is a pretty good list. I have Thor,
Man, you're
Wolverine.
focusing.
You can't really see that very
Yeah, your
well. It's
focusing
just
is bad.
it's just hard to focus in on a
Ah, it was
camera
bad. Oh,
or a phone.
Yeah, I just get out of. I just
All right.
stop standing
I
in
got
front of the
Thor.
camera.
You just lost us 12 viewers.
18.
I have Thor, Iron
20.
Man, and Wolverine.
32.
I got some good ones. It's a fun game you should play. It's a fighting
Okay.
game, super simple controls, but there's so much
Now,
you can unlock.
How can he play that on stream? Do you know how, Kyle?
There are guys who do it. I have
Yeah,
no
I mean,
idea
you
how.
can play Pokemon Go on stream.
But how, I know, but how do you do it?
There's just some way to look it up. Like I haven't looked it up, so I can't tell you off the top of my head.
I think you probably have to go through OBS, or you can go right off your phone.
Yeah, there's a way of doing it right off your phone.
You should learn how to do that and go live sometime and play that. That'd be a pretty fun time.
I watched a guy play this. They have an impossible level.
Have you guys ever watched any of the
Yeah.
Pokemon Go streamers on Twitch?
I've watched a little bit. I haven't watched a
When
lot.
it was real popular, it was pretty interesting.
Here's the thing about Pokemon Go, though. You don't know what's going to happen because random shit just literally pops up, and most of the time it's Rattatas and Weedles.
Plus, there's people out in their actual like environment. Like you get to see like what's in their town.
But
and
we
shit.
know this with the game called Destiny too, though. Now the biggest thing is once they have a game out that's successful, they can always just update it
That's true.
and give it something completely new.
Well,
Now you get a buddy
Yeah.
Pokemon.
What?
you do. You could pick one of your Pokemon to walk around with you.
I don't
and
know
then
how to do it
develops
yet, but you can do
just
it.
like the show. And now they're introducing player versus player battles and doing a couple.
Oh,
of
Yeah, you're
God,
supposed to be able to trade and shit too.
Yeah,
They're
it's
doing
gonna
that. They're adding trading
It's gonna
player
become a
versus
real
player.
thing, man. Imagine when artificial intelligence hits that.
Oh, dude.
You're gonna literally be walking in.
Why are we
Pokemon
talking about
world.
Skynet again? Like, just don't scare me.
No, I'm saying.
Skynet.
Sorry.
The
virtual-
polar bears won't survive.
No,
it.
I meant virtual reality.
Okay.
When you're walking.
Oh, that'd be fucking dope.
Yeah. So here's the thing that they were talking about.
Pokemon virtual reality.
They were talking about this on the Joe Rogan Experience, JRE, his most recent one. Check that out. Check out the Fire the Kid also. I should have said that on what you're watching. I've been watching a lot of those podcasts. I know I always watch them, but screw it, guys. Here's what it is. So picture a ball bearing, and it's like a ball bearing treadmill. So you walk, and you can walk anywhere, right? And it's going to be a VR thing. They've also have these big warehouses. So you know how you go to like a haunted house? And like you never see inside the house, so that's why it's scary because it's all pitch black. They're having that now with the with VR. Is they're developing these huge warehouses that's a maze, and the game is tailored to the maze, and it's going to be horror things. So you walk into a pitch black area with goggles on. You're there.
It's called the Haunted House.
It's going to be the future of
With
haunted
better
houses.
graphics.
There will be no
Dude,
costumes.
when they get VR and they get the fucking horror games, oh my god, I'm gonna shit my pants
No, if they
on
already-
stream live. You guys heard it here first on the
Check this
Morgan
out.
James stream.
Check
What's
this
your
out,
YouTube?
though. Morgan James LAB, easiest way to find it on YouTube, or go to my Twitter, Morgan_James13. Links to it there. Hit the follow button if you haven't.
Hashtag plug.
Nice plug. KRice2209. Discounts on dildos for days. Okay.
The best.
It's gonna be
The
great.
best.
VR's. I'm ready for the Batman, the next Arkham game.
No, but check this out. This
VR.
is the biggest thing they're working on in those warehouses. Are you ready for it? It's going to be they're going to have the ground shake and have like a storm simulator. So like you'll have wind blowing on you or a storm. So you're going to be completely engulfed in this other world, and then you're going to feel it on your actual other senses.
So it's
People
a
are
lot
going
like-
to get lost in VR.
So it's a lot like film when you go to those theaters with the moving chairs.
Yes.
And then they have the
Yes.
scents come out and they
Yes.
do all that. Those
Oh,
are
yeah, they
high-tech
Or
talk
you
about
just be a
theaters.
real
Yeah.
fucking man and go stand out in a hurricane. Matthew's going on right now. You want to experience it, just go.
Aquaman went
Hashtag
out.
everyone be safe.
Hashtag get out of your house.
Can you imagine like an Aquaman one when they have underwater VR technology?
Beyond real.
You could be one of those endless pools.
the endless waterfalls.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's all kinds
Deep.
of thoughts. Or those little ones where you swim laps?
I never finish.
That's the story of your
Yeah, I
life.
knew that was coming.
Oh my god, if you
At least
guys
something was coming.
In case you guys didn't hear him
I
whisper
just nailing it.
Reese said he doesn't finish.
Oh my god.
Jeez. All right, so I think that pretty much wraps
Wraps it
up
up,
everything.
yeah.
It's probably a good point to wrap up. Few things. We just did a plug, but we'll do one more. If you haven't hit the follow button, please do. We're on the road to 200 followers. We were at like almost 150 yesterday, so definitely trying to get there. Morgan James LAB, easiest way to find it on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment your favorite part. What else we got? Morgan_James13. Hit the follow button.
Recent
This is Reese's
videos.
Pieces. He's going to be coming out with a Twitter soon. He's lazy. Get on him. Put him in the chat. His name's Doofy, but he is associated. with
Hurricane Doofy, polar bear specialist.
He's associated with the KRice2209.
He's my cousin.
Stream. Definitely hit the follow button on that. He's on the road to 25 followers. Get that going now.
Yeah, we got to get it going.
This was Lightsabers and Armbars, episode 3. If this is on YouTube, please comment your favorite part. Give us a top 10 for next week. Hashtag top 10. We had a little bit of trouble getting one this week, but I think we had a really good one. What's coming up next week? Not a lot of UFC fights going on. Is there any comic books or news or any movie coming out we're expecting?
Comic-Con will finish
When does
up.
Doctor Strange come out?
That is November 4th. Or
I thought it was in October.
No, it's November 5th. But that's already 3 weeks away. We're already done with first week in October.
Well, anyways, there's going to be some big movies coming out.
Time flies when you're having fun and gay
Sure
sex.
does. Doofy's Doofy's going to be back with us probably regularly, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think Doofy's going to be back a
Sure.
lot more. We don't know if he'll be in every Lightsabers and Armbars because he's going to be streaming, but he's going to be in Fight Companions, be in more episodes with us, more special guests. Doofy, thank you so much for coming here.
Yeah.
Doofy, pleasure. Even though you choked me out earlier, it was really hard to breathe.
Dude, that was fun.
You're
No more
strong.
fighting.
What do you? Man, you're.
No more fighting.
I handle polar bears all day. What are you saying?
You're right. I'm
Get your ass out of my face.
Later, guys.
Shout out to Copester. Is that on?
There we go,
Give me a little
Kobe,
love, love it.
my little pup.
Yeah.
So cute.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We're out.